if I was to give you like, oh no, is this in the foreground? Yeah, this is in the foreground. Never mind. I was gonna put your tokens on top of the image, but I can't because if I do, they'd just get hidden.
Mm, never mind.
Because I could technically show you like the scale. So like, I guess I kind of can still. So let's say for scale, Lou is just that big normally. He's the dwarf. No, he's a tall dwarf. I can make him a
I'm five
little
one.
bigger. So let's get him like on there. Aura would be around there. Let's get those feet
This
aligned.
line is like 5 foot, so he would be like
I'm
6,
Oh,
7, 8.
he's like 5'11" to 6'1". And then this lovely guy,
Because wait, Lou is like
five
5
one.
five
foot,
foot
right?
one, 5 foot exactly, because that's the max, technically the height limit of a dwarf.
Isn't the average height like the average height limit? So
Like
it's like
three
he
to
would be
four
above
feet.
average at that point.
He's as tall as a dwarf can get. This dude's like mountain of muscle.
Sick.
Big boy. I am big boy.
Yeah, there you go. So that gives you a good idea of how big he is.
Yeah. He's not big, he's massive.
He's fucking huge. Technically,
Yoda's
based on
like
character description. You're tiny. Meshuda is actually taller than Garo because she's 7 feet. So like, she'd be maybe around.
I'd make Garo like a square shorter if he's almost 6 foot. Because I think all
Meshuda,
these squares would be like 1 foot.
technically, if you want to be nitpicky, but
Oh well. Yeah.
I scaled him up a little too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess I should tone him down a little
Nerf
bit.
Garo too OP.
Tiefling 2 OP. 5, like 5.5. And then like one,
He's gonna be
two,
like, where's
three,
the peanut
four,
juice?
5, 6, 7. I don't know why the other one didn't upload actually. Let me fix that. I can fix that.
Oh,
Okay, this one. There we go. Okay, so about 7. And then this dude's like just chilling.
it's like I don't care even.
What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10, or 10 exactly. Just about. Yeah. Yeah, he big.
Lean down. Hold on.
If that's weird that happened, but okay. And I tried to move all the characters back to their spot, and instead I got that. Okay, let's do this, and then we set them back to the proper size. It's magic.
Oh,
Okay, well, last time we were here, the party made their way into the tavern. Finally. I'm kidding, they didn't even know it existed like 10 minutes prior. Traveled for, what was it, a day and a half before you finally opened the thing?
about 2 hours, I think.
I think it was before we made camp. When we were about to make camp, Lou pulled out the scroll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you traveled for
we traveled
a
for
while.
2 hours. Then, because I specifically said that I said after 1.5 to 2 hours, I
Oh,
just
I heard days.
yeah, no, it was hours.
I think it was ours as well,
Yeah, that makes more sense.
because we never made a long rest or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You, and you opened your magical scroll, turned into a magnificent World's End tavern, where you met a tiefling by the name of Garo, a massive elephant man that I don't think you asked the name of.
Nope, I didn't.
Which is the first for you.
Yeah, I was
Though
kind
it
of.
was said a couple times out loud. Um, you get some information about the Scouts organization as Lou kind of he voluntells you. You're voluntold to join the Scouts organization. You're
Is
handed
that even a word?
chief of voluntold is a common turn of phrase. It
It's
means
not a proper word, but
it's not a word, but it's a turn of phrase. It just means you're not volunteering. I told you to do it. You're volunteering because I told you.
yeah.
Voluntold. It's a portmanteau. Portmanteau is a combination of words. Anyway, the druid and artificer and human mercenary were voluntold to join the Scouts organization, and Garo gave them a rundown on the fantastic benefits that come with it, as well as the fact that, yes, death is very common, and in the event of your death, all your shit will be collected and redistributed to other Scouts who need it. Because, hey, hard to get stuff nowadays. You kind of recycle what you have. It lasts.
And you're dead. You don't need them.
Exactly. Unless you have next of kin, and they're more willing to give it to your family than strangers. But either way, usually goes to the Scouts organization. You sign your papers with magical pens, and that's pretty much. Oh, and you got your special items as rewards for entering. Not the rewards for entering the Scouts organization, but for entering the World's End Tavern, because technically only third star and above are allowed to go there. You're an exception because of Crow, and generally third stars on their first visit to the World's End Tavern get complimentary magic items because hey, you made it that far. So this was well, you're not really third star, but you did make it this far, so kudos to you, kind of thing.
So, I have a +7 to initiative. Did you implement those changes we talked about?
Oh yes, I did.
Okay, then that's because of
You'll
that.
also notice when you go and look at your feats, alert has been replaced with
Heightened
heightened awareness.
Yeah, cool. Um, in that in that note, Goro, I wanted to ask you, am I
Mhm.
liable for promotion? Can I get promoted to third level so we can just come and go in a bit more traditional sense? Because these guys are just first star and I'm 2 stars.
First timers, not first star. Well, if they're your relative skill level, technically they're second stars. He grabs the piece of paper. Oh, you didn't sign. Oh no, you did because you had to sign for your team.
Yeah.
So he looks at the paper. And goes, "Ooh, stone fast. Let's see." Kind of slaps the table to the side of him, and you see a little circle start to glow lightly before fading, and then with this very small puff of smoke, a sheaf of papers appears on his counter, and he reaches down and he just starts flicking through it. All right, dwarf, fairly old. You're not a kid, at least. You've done about 2 years of service,
Give or take.
almost 100, yeah, give or take. Couple dozen missions. That's a good sign. You have been leading your own team. You never signed off on it. Are Bucking and Oda Rain and Aaron Battlehammer all scouts as well?
Yes. They are all scouts, and they are on their way back to Celestina to warn them
He
about the creatures.
he kind of taps the fingers of his left hand on the circle again, and three much smaller pieces of paper appear. He just kind of gives them a quick look over before putting them back on the circle, and they vanish. All right. Um, Technically, you've almost done enough missions to get promoted. You still need about 3 more, so almost there. Congratulations. Um, I mean, oh, actually, hold on. The scales you gave me, those are, you killed that purple worm yourself?
Not alone, but yes, I finished
Okay.
it off,
And
and we did,
you mentioned creatures, right?
yeah, two of
And in
them.
Anfaras, yeah. Hmm. I wonder. He kind of reaches down again underneath the counter this time, and he pulls up a decently thick book, which kind of floats in front of him and starts flipping pages. Uh, if you could describe these creatures for me in how would be the best way for you to explain how strong they are?
Well,
Were they like the same strength as the purple worm? Do you think they're weaker, stronger,
hmm,
comparatively?
Pepperworm was about a little bit stronger, but the problem with these
Hmm.
guys was that uh, they were definitely undead because my smite worked really well against them, and they didn't take damage from normal weapons. We had to turn our
Hmm.
weapons to magical weapons to actually affect them.
Hmm.
And they were, as their appearance, they were tall, very tall, about 7 to 8. No, actually, hold on,
They're
just
more like 10 to 12 feet.
yeah, they were like 10 to 12 feet, and the best way to describe them was that if you mash a shadow with a robot together and put like spikes all over the body.
Hmm.
That was the creature, and they were looking for corpses because I saw one of them kill the chieftain of the keep and just put it in the armor, the spikes on the armor. That's the best I can do for you now.
He kind of scrunches his forehead, his furrows his brow. Wounded creatures' spikes on armor capture the. They look like they were. Okay.
Not
You said they put her on the armor. Do you mean they were doing it as like an intimidation thing, or do you think they had a purpose?
mm, um I think I'm pretty sure they were collecting it for someone else because we
Hmm.
actually kind of tracked someone to somewhere, and there were like our druid picked up a scent of dead bodies. So there was a place that dead bodies were stored,
Hmm.
probably to make more undead creatures.
Hmm. Kind of. The book stops turning its pages, and he puts his hands on. He puts his hands closer to the book that you can't tell if he's touching the paper, and the book glows lightly, and he mutters something under his breath, and then he pulls his hand away, and the paper just really fast before stopping. Huh. Well, turns out we actually do have something like that on record, but this is such an old page, no one's used it. Okay. Yeah. So the purple worm you referred to, I can kind of get an idea just from the size of the scales, what type it was, which is fairly impressive, regardless of how many of you there were. The fact that you were all second star or less is pretty good, actually. Let's see. These things. You said there were two of them. So, yeah, actually. Did you tell? Have you told? Oh, you told Gar about the attack on him first. Did you tell him what you were doing now?
Nope.
Okay. He just kind of like, okay, well, according to this, these are fairly high-ranking marks, or close to it at least. So, it'll take some paperwork, but thanks to the scales, I will send a message to Crow, get some for him to vouch for you if he can. And if everything goes smoothly, we could actually count both of those battles towards your mission record. Because technically, creatures of that strength would be viable mission targets for third stars and higher. So you completing this would actually look very good on your record. Give you a head start, at the very least, on your promotion. So basically, complete one more good mission. Do well on it, and we'll see about getting you promoted when you're done with that. Of course, you'll still have to report to different headquarters for, well, different organization outposts to get promoted, since you're not even really supposed to be here. But yeah, I can add this to your
Mm,
report.
we are going to actually we are on our way to hunt some flail snails. Does that
Flail snails.
count towards my promotion
His
or
eyes kind of flick to the book, which, again, before stopping, flail snails, pretty valuable. Why are you hunting for flail snails?
mm,
Looks down at the massive at the sheaf of papers, starts flicking through it. I don't think you have any missions regarding flail snails, or right? No, I don't see much here.
yeah, we looking to trade valuables
Hmm.
with the merchant. Do you have any targets so that we can take care of in
No.
exchange
Oh, all the
for?
targets I have. All the targets I have are a bit above your pay grade. If you thought those things were hard, you're gonna love what I got in these papers.
Can I take a peek at least?
No. When you get promoted, sure, but right now, no. Oh boy, I should. We've had issues with some lower member kids, getting curious and looking at a thing, and then they see one of those creatures out in the wild, seemingly injured, and then we get a report about 5 dead bodies. So, no, you'll
Unders-
know when you get here, if you get here.
Understandable.
Yeah.
And how much do I owe you for the sword? Another
Um.
8,000, or is it more?
Oh, right. Let's see. You gave me these potions and these scales. Grabs the book floats down under the counter, and he reaches and grabs a little abacus, and he starts flicking the beads to the sides. And he starts, okay. These potions you gave me, and then the scales. Actually, yeah, that should be just enough to. Yeah, so that'll actually be enough to cover cost for the item, because I did technically state a price, so that's fine. And if my math is correct, I think you technically have a surplus. Let's see how much that is. Interesting. So you definitely have a surplus, about 1,200 gold or so. So either you can leave that with us as a sort of credit for if and when you ever get up here, or you can just take the gold for your own purposes.
Mm, I take it. Thank you.
All right.
Also,
Let me grab
that
your.
was for the amulet. How much for the sword?
Mhm. Well, no, the sword technically
Just wanna
when
know.
third stars
I
when
just
third stars come to the tavern, they get they get an item as a gift for making it this far. While you're only second stars, I figured it would be a shame if I let you see the place and then just left you out in the ashen wastes to die. So the sword is technically free, but the amulet you paid for.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Another question
Hmm.
is there any way for you to arrange for me to go to the five thrones?
The four thrones?
Yeah,
No,
the
I do
four
not have
thrones.
that kind of pull. It's he gets kind of a look in his eyes. He kind of looks to the side. It's a very exclusive sort of right to be there, which is unfortunate. I understand that it's basically as sacred as it gets. Well, for dwarves, not counting, you know, paladins of Bahamut, but it's uh, it's not available to the general anybody really.
Do you know anyone that can get me there?
You would have to make a formal petition, which would have to be reviewed and then accepted or denied. Though I can just tell you right now, uh, most three stars don't get in. It's very difficult.
Tell
The
you
four thrones are
what. Uh,
notoriously difficult when it comes to visitors.
tell you what. I will. I have 2,000.
Arm bar left. Wait. Sorry. There you
I.
go.
There we go. Internet did a hiccup.
uh, Goro. Let me tell you what. I will give you 232 golds as kind of like a payment for any information on the sword Platinum Fang.
Hmm. Ooh, that's a good one. All right. He kind of grabs the gold and just kind of weighs in his hand a bit. Thanks for a second. 232 gold. This is the sword they used to have in Celestina, right? Artifact of Bahamut or something.
So I don't know how much about the story do you know, but long story short, it was made after the wars from the
Mm-hmm.
blood of the paladins that the Bahamut turned into some kind of iron, and it was used to defend the Celestina until it was lost on one of the underdark tunnels. And after that, the whereabouts are unknown. And
He
I'm on a kind of holy mission to find it.
hmm. He reaches into like his coat and he pulls out a very thin red pocketbook and he gently kind of thumbs through it for a few moments as you're talking. He stops on a page. Hmm. Well, it is considered a fairly high-ranking artifact, so luckily there is a paper trail. Unfortunately, it's not very up to date. It's been a long time since anyone's seen it. He kind of looks at the gold and looks at you. I mean, normally I wouldn't give it to you because of your rank, but I do understand that it is extremely important to your entire hold, so I suppose I could make an exception. I've been making a lot of exceptions today, actually. This is this is interesting. Hmm. Last time anyone's heard of the sword, or last time anyone even tried to mention it, there were rumors, some pointing it in some pointing some saying it was thrown into the acid lake by the Four Thrones, some saying it's in the oceans to the north, some saying it's by the great. Well, there are some things that I really can't tell you, but basically every person who thinks they've seen it puts it somewhere extremely dangerous. And I cannot, in good conscience suggest you go anywhere near those places until you've gotten some more strength, personal and accessory, under your belt, because all the places that have been named are very deadly.
Hmm. Okay. And do I need you? Do I need to destroy the thing that got me here, or can I keep it, or is it just one use only?
Oh, it's a one-time use scroll. Once you step out of those doors, it's gonna burn up and turn to ash.
So
Oh, I'm
if
gonna
we
enjoy giving Crow that letter. But
so
yeah,
if we want to come back or pay you for the things that you gave us, so
if
how
you complete your promotion, you should be given a scroll that'll take you back to the tavern. And at that time, I will see you. Unless I'm out on personal matters, but the people who take over this position in the tavern, he just kind of points towards his feet, they're all trustworthy, so you don't need to worry too much about that.
Hmm, okay, and where is the nearest headquarters that I can turn in my
Hmm.
promotion?
Well, you could head to Kavan. Obviously, Celestina is an option, though I don't know. I don't know where you summoned this place exactly, but Kavan, Celestina, and
Is there one in Kwanji? Qigong.
it's been.
Sorry.
Hey, he did it!
Qigong.
It's in so many sessions, you still get it wrong. Qigong.
I
No.
confuse it with the fucking movie.
Mm-hmm. Every day since day one, literally, you've been doing that. Um. Well, so technically, there's only really one person that really. Okay, so as you know that there's inns for the different holds, and technically the dens as well. The inns are usually the way stations for the scouts. There's two people who oversee promotions. And they kind of move around the continent, so they're never in one place. Um, I mean, maybe Qigong is a fairly important uh, merchant city, merchant den. So technically, it is possible that you would find someone there. Basically, just you go to the inn, you state your name, show your certificate, uh, say you're there for a promotion, and they will take it under consideration.
Okay. Also, question for the DM. We are going to go back to the hold, right? After we hunt these snails.
Wait, I'm sorry, say it again?
Um, we are going back to the hold and on for us after we hunt the
That is
snails.
your. Yeah, that is your current course of action.
Okay. I'm actually going back to the on for us after we do our business. If you have any letters or things that you want to give Crow, I can relay your messages.
Well, I mean, kind of thinks about it for a second. I mean,
Because I
the, me-
remember you
the
said
methods
something
I
about it.
have, if I wrote him a letter, he would get it almost instantly, but kind of rolls his eyes a bit. I wouldn't mind making him sweat. So, Sure, let me write the letter and I'll give it to you.
Okay, cool.
A couple days of anxiety should straighten them out a little.
I mean, his heart is definitely in a good place.
Oh, there's no question about that, but rules are rules.
Okay, I will wait for him to finish his writing the letter. And did any of the places he said ringed any bells for me when I asked about the sword?
One did. The Acid Lake. Uh, the Acid Lake is directly. Well, it's not directly, but when you go from Celestina to Kavan, you have to go southwards, and the path is an old ruined road that people take to get from one place to another. Straying from that path is highly dangerous, as is most of the things on this continent, because there's a lot of creatures on this continent that are not friendly. The Acid Lake is far enough that you can't see it from the path, but it's big enough that it is very easy to know when you are within sight range of the massive cloud of, well, the massive cloud of fog and mist that stories tell. You don't go there unless you want to die, because most people that go there usually get turned into piles of mush because they get melted by the fog. So, unless you're very well protected, you usually want to stay away from it, which is fine by most people. So,
Guess we have to wait for that sword.
this is a very dangerous continent. Everything's trying to kill you. If it's not trying to kill you, it just will.
If it's not trying to kill you, it will kill you by accident.
Yeah. Well, if it's not trying to kill you, it won't kill you. You'll be killing yourself out of sheer stupidity.
Or that. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Oh, take care. I hope you enjoyed. Oh, that's right. Before you leave, are any of you interested in having some food? I know you had something to drink, but a little bit of food never hurt anybody.
Oh, what do you have?
What do you want?
I mean, big doors kind of have a resistance to poison, so just
Something
something
spicy?
something with a lot of meat, and whatever you put in, do like 10 times that for
Okay, so
the
something
spicy.
spicy. I got you.
And meaty.
All right. Of course, of course. And I'm gonna look. Actually, hold on, let me DM.
Sarah was never quite the quietest girl. Her attacks are loud and they're joyful, but she knew the ways of nobler men, and she knew how to enrage them.
Looks at the more bounder. What about you? Anything you want to eat?
Sienna's like ears go back a little bit, but like she would kind of shrug her haunches.
It's gonna be fun. He's looking. He's talking to the cat, and looking at the cat as if he totally expects it to respond.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, aha, I got it. Turns around, and you hear some very incoherent shouting, which is weird. His voice is very loud and it carries. When he goes into the back room, it's very muffled. The sound is muffled heavily. And he goes in and he gets to cooking, and you all start smelling lots of things. You smell meat, and you smell food. It's hard to describe. Though the biggest thing you notice is this almost overpowering spicy smell. And a woman comes out instead of Gara with a very large platter, and she places it down on the counter. All right, I'm terribly sorry about the wait. Someone Oh, I think that's you. And she kind of points down towards the moorbounder. Here we have some smoked meats of different kinds. Don't ask what it is if you can't talk with your mouth full. And for you, Mr. Stonefast, we have a. She kind of pauses as she looks at it. She turns around. Hello? Head pokes out. Yeah. This? Oh, yeah. But he's a dwarf. He's a big boy. He can handle it. Uh. Okay. And she puts like a like a baking dish in front of you, like a very large platter in front of you, and she just kind of I hope you enjoy our special. Are you sure? Yes, just give him the damn food.
What's going on?
This is
Why
this is
are
a
you so stressed about it?
this is considered a food challenge around here. Like you eat it, and if you can hold it in, like you get some respect. Uh
Why? Is it like a disgusting thing or?
it's a scorpion lasagna.
Oh,
Can Toyota like lean up and like sniff it?
Yeah. You're as you kind of get up on the counter and give it a whiff. You're used to spice. You're used to poison. You take a whiff of this. It's not just poison. It's like actual spice as well. And you watch as more Bounder Steel that kind of like her fur kind of stands on end like an anime cat, and then just from the nose all the way to the tip of the tail, shuddering of the fur as the smell hits, just goes, it pierces all the way through your nostrils, and you're just like, oh, that's strong. Oh,
like
all the spice is
Shakes
the
your
good
head at
spice.
that.
All the spice.
No.
Lou just gives a pat on the Sioda's head and says, "He's alright. He's alright. Don't worry
He's
about
a
it."
big boy.
And it
He's
just
a big boy. He can handle this.
and uh, Lou just does that gesture with the hand when they want to smell something. And how is the smell? Is it considering I'm have resistance to poison?
It is fantastically spicy.
Okay. Do I have a beer?
Hmm? Well,
Actually, you know what? Give you something
he did give
stronger.
you a drink.
Give me
Oh, okay.
your. How much is your best whiskey?
She looks at you, eyes kind of wide, and she tilts her head.
I
Eyes
want.
widen even more. Give me a moment.
I want a glass
Turns back.
of your best whiskey.
Goes towards the door. Again, like the moment she sticks her head through the doorway, it is muffled as all hell. But you can still very clearly hear her voice kind of shaking a little bit as she's yelling. And the Garo kind of pokes his head out and just looks at you. You can see his face clearly, and he just kind of gives you an incredulous look. Looks back at her. Looks back at you. Gives you like a. You can't tell if it's a nod of respect or a nod of interesting. Like he's impressed almost. Goes back, comes out with a shot glass. Just a very normal shot glass. Plonks it on the table. And he reaches down towards his side. This this music sounds like you're about to die. Hold on. Let me change that.
No, hold on.
That's better.
Let's just let it play.
Keep it playing. Let it play.
That's my funeral song.
So he it's gonna be hilarious. This is gonna be fucking awesome. Okay. He if you look at Garo, you'll notice on his right hip there's a very large, looks like a bottle with this like a stopper that kind of looks kind of a cross between an exaggerated dragon's face and perhaps something a little more like devilish in appearance. And he reaches down to it and he pulls it up, and you notice the glass itself is this deep red amber color. and he lightly kind of just swirls in his hand a little bit. Looks at you. This is gonna be fun.
How much is it?
He gives it a little quarter to, and you hear like carbonation, and he pulls it open, and you see little wisps coming out of the bottle. And he leans forward, pours this beautiful, like, topaz, like, orangish kind of amber. Well, no, not, because amber's like more of a, no, actually, no, yeah, amber's orange as well. I kept thinking like a darker red. But like, very beautiful, orangish kind of coloration. It pours into the bottle and it lightly fizzles a little bit. This is, well, we'll see if you throw it up first. If you can keep it down, it's free, but... Good times. Have fun! And he kind of backs up, reaches for a stool, and just props himself up on it, pours himself a shot glass, and just kind of salutes you with it, and just watches.
Lou just picks it up, salutes to Garo, and takes a sip. It's a shot glass, so down it goes.
Yeah, it's a shot glass. Down the hatch. Make a constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Saving throw?
Yes.
Saving throw.
Oh, yes.
That's a 17.
Okay. Are you happy with that roll?
You know what? Let me just... No. That's 17.
Incredible.
Did I make it or not?
How do I explain this? So, when you pray to Bahamut as a platinum dragon, the magic of your prayer and his favor kind of has a specific feel to it, right? This feels, for some reason that you can't quite describe, it almost feels like you're drinking liquid essence of that magical, holy connection, which is the most bizarre thing because it's a metaphysical thing and it's represented in liquid form. You immediately kind of feel a lurch in your stomach as it hits, and your entire body kind of seizes up. Lou kind of puts his hands on the counter, hands around the side of the dish of the pie, as your body kind of starts trembling, and you feel your blood leave your face and sweat start forming as you get what feels like an incredibly massive, impossibly massive weight is placed on every inch of your body, and you just feel like you want to collapse into a pile and be crushed. And also, like, you want to throw up like there's no tomorrow. And you're just gripping the countertop like a madman. And just kind of gritting your teeth and kind of thing. You know that sensation where it's like you really want to throw up, but you're just holding it back until like the last second. You're just like, ugh, you know?
Yeah.
After like a solid like minute of this, your grip is so hard you actually kind of leave indents of your fingers in the countertop, and you hear the massive locksmith kind of like, huh, he's pretty strong. Little guy. And the shakes slowly dissipate. Just, they couldn't leave slow. They leave so agonizingly slowly that you just wanted to stop, but you keep holding on, and you manage to barely hold on. And in that last moment, you feel like a punch in your face, and you almost pass out and like fall backwards. But you kind of like lean back, and you swing yourself forward again, almost throwing your head into the red scorpion lasagna in front of you. And then it finally fades, and you kind of and you're drenched with sweat, and you're drenched, and you feel exhausted all over every inch of your body. And at the same time,
that was
you look at.
something.
You're wearing splint armor. Do you have is there any part of your body that's exposed other than your face and your neck?
It's like my elbows to my hands are exposed.
Okay. Yeah. You kind of look down as the world is like slowly it no longer looks blurry and it's slowly like coming back together. You think you're hallucinating. You kind of have to blink your eyes really hard a few times, and you realize your arms look vaguely metallic, just a little bit. Like it looks shiny.
I just hit it with my other hand. How does it sound?
I mean, it feels like it looks and feels to your hand like you're hitting flesh. Make a strength check.
This one is actually going to be good. Check or saving throw?
Check.
21.
You hit pretty gosh darn hard. You don't feel it. And at first you think, did I not punch hard enough? So you give it another punch. And you're like, no, I don't feel it. Like it felt like you punched with pretty much almost your whole strength. It felt like you just gently like knocked your knuckles against your arm, like nothing major. It's just like, huh, interesting.
Goro, my man, what was in this drink? I'm not sure.
He gives a very almost evil smile, and you notice his canines are a bit sharper than most people's as he grabs his shot glass and downs it all in one go. That, my good friend, is a very special concoction I made. I'm surprised you handled it so well. Good job.
Why is my skin turning to something? I think metal.
How do I explain this? Kind of looks at the bottle, looks at you. Don't be alarmed. I call it.
I
this
mean,
would be fun. You're a paladin of Bahamut, right?
yeah,
I
but
call it Dragonborn Blood Wine.
I kind of got a feeling that I was drinking pure holy magic from that. So it kind of makes sense.
That's specific to you, I think, mostly because of your, paladin nature. It's kind of more specific to your magic reacting to it. But yeah, no, this is made from a lot of really rare ingredients, and some of the ingredients are only rare because you have to ask a dragonborn or several to give up their some of their like heart scales, which are technically that's the same thing as asking them to kind of take their heart out, like physically their heart. So that was a fun thing.
Does it
But
kill them?
I mean, oh no, they're fine. They just have like a permanent missing empty spot on their chest because the scale's gone.
Oh,
It's something that you can only do with very trusted friends, and I am very proud to say that. Well, I can't tell if it's because they trust me that much or because they were just so drunk that they didn't think about it until afterwards. But hey, I'm not gonna complain. It's a pretty damn good wine.
I'm pretty sure a couple of them are the latter.
Maybe.
Okay.
Anyway.
Let's just begin in this thing you made me. I haven't heard anything about the spider, scorpion lasagna. Is it normal scorpion? Is it the meat of scorpion? Is it the poison of? How does this
Well,
work?
they're technically they're scorpions, but they're just much bigger, and they're imbued with the magic of the Ashen Wastes, if you can call it magic. So they're very poisonous. And that's just the... I mean, they don't really have anatomy like animals, but they're... kind of their abdomen region is where the most meat is, if you don't count the tail, but the tail is where the most poison's concentrated, so... a little cut off the stinger, and mostly from the abdomen. Browned and, processed and cleaned, and then browned in a pan before being put in the lasagna.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
Lou starts cutting a piece and says, "How many people actually had this and finished it?"
Most people don't get it, because the name kind of turns them off it. You know, most people don't like the idea of eating insects, even though they're perfectly fine to eat.
Yoda
Few
nods.
people finish it. It is poison when you cook it right. Kind of just manifests as very, very spicy.
Just the way I like it. Blue takes a bite.
Make a con save.
Again.
Especially because you drank the alcohol before eating something spicy. You ever had alcohol and then had something spicy? It makes it worse.
I can't say I have alcohol before at all. That's a 9 plus. Nope.
That definitely does not want to go down. Oh,
19.
you're doing lucky. Okay.
Yeah,
You
19.
struggle to get it down, and then you kind of, slam your fist on the table. Your face goes from paleness from the drink to just bright tomato red as the spice hits you, and it just like you feel it in your nose and in your ears and in your head and in your throat, and it's just like an all-encompassing spicy that hits all the parts. And you struggle a little bit. You chew it a little bit longer to get the saliva in your mouth, and you give a nice swallow. Ooh, it goes down. You feel the burn go all the way down your esophagus until it hits your stomach, and your stomach now feels pretty warm. Actually, it tastes pretty good.
Whew. Do you
Actually, you
have
know
a
what? You
team
didn't
for
need to give yourself that lucky back. Give yourself the lucky point back because you have advantage from your. Because this is poison. You have advantage from being a dwarf.
Oh,
So the
yeah.
22 would be enough. I forgot about that.
Yeah, me too. So let me give myself my lucky point back. Actually,
Yes.
I didn't take it off. So, whew.
Yeah.
With the 22, I still struggle.
Yeah, with the 22 you struggle. Because
Oh,
technically it's like the 9 is the first time and then the advantage kicks in.
yeah.
So it's like your dwarven lineage helps, but no, even with your your natural resistance to poison, this is like burns
Whew.
in a good way. It burns good.
Goro, my friend, you are a connoisseur of spicy things. Me and you are going to be very close friends. And he just continues eating.
Both he and the elephant laugh as you say that. And he's like, "Oh, don't worry, that's just the first bite."
I continue eating.
Make a second Constitution saving throw as you get halfway through.
Halfway through con save.
18.
18 plus 3.
3 is 21. Oh yeah, so 21. Yeah. You hit the center of this thing, and then just when you think you're like, you're feeling good. You're a dwarf. You're a paladin. You're like, yeah, this is fine. And then you kind of feel a little bit of pocket of hair go up, and you kind of burp, and all that heat goes straight up your nostrils, and makes your eyes water. And you just kind of it comes right back up, and you have to like fight it back down for a couple seconds before it's like, okay, not done yet.
I'm breathing fire
Go
here,
to
man.
finish. Oh, I mean, if I gave you a different dragonborn, if I give you a different wine, that might have actually happened, which would have been funny.
Huh.
Third Constitution saving throw as you finish your plate of giant scorpion lasagna.
15?
18.
Yeah, 18. Yeah, 18.
It's like the time I had like ghost pepper wings at Fridays.
Hits, and then you think you're fine, and then you burp, and it's not fine, and then
Yeah.
you think you're fine again, and after you finish eating, and it's like, oh no, it's not gone. Yeah, no, you finish eating, and you kind of sit up a little more, kind of stretch. It's like, I did that, and instantly you feel your vision kind of white out slightly, and you're kind of like, why is the room spinning? Then you poof, hit the floor. And you're just kind of there, mildly catatonic. And Gar looks over the counter, and you just see the massive elephant just looking down. He has to like step back a few. He has to take a few steps away and then kind of lean forward because massive elephant head. You can't just turn your chin down to look at someone. And they're just like, "You still conscious?" I think so.
Yes.
Maybe.
I'm conscious.
I'll be damned. He's still alive.
I try to get
You
up.
just kind of lay there. Yeah, you kind of lay there a few seconds. The moment you try to get up, like the moment you try to move, you feel another urge to burp. And you're like, nope, nope, nope. And then it comes out anyway. And you're instantly assaulted with quite a massive pain. And you feel a very strong urge to use the restroom.
Got Where's the bathroom?
To the right. He kind of points up in the direction. The lockdown actually leans down. He's like, I got you. And he leans down, grabs you by the collar of your splint armor, hoists you up, and the whole room just goes. Massive vertigo hits you as he sets you back on your feet, and he pushes you forward towards in the direction of the bathroom, and you almost like knock into a table, and a couple patrons are like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And Carl's like, "Oh, he tried the special." Made it this far. Everyone's like, "Holy shit!" And people kind of gently nudge you back in the direction. So like as you're like when you're about to fall, someone reaches over and pushes you back, so you're standing upright, and people just kind of. You're not even walking. You're just like stumbling with the help of different patrons pushing you towards the bathroom until you're finally able to close the door behind you. And Sioda is assaulted by the sound of dying dwarf and the smell of the same thing. Wow.
But I
I'm
finished
actually
it.
surprised. I'm actually surprised he finished that and looks down at the plate. Cool. He takes the plate and the whiskey, and then the woman comes back out. Did he finish it? Yeah, he finished the whole thing. Wow. Huh. I didn't think a little guy could do that. She takes both back into the kitchen. Lou comes out a few minutes later. The worse for wear.
But alive.
But alive.
I will go back and take my seat. Whew, that was nice. Goro, is it okay if I smoke here?
I don't see why not, but he kind of looks around, looking like towards the not at anyone in particular, but it's like above everyone's heads. It looks like time's here is running out, so if you have anything else you need to do, I suggest you get those affairs in order first.
Do we need anything else? I look around to the guys and say, do we need anything else? I think we got everything. You don't... Do we need potions? Health potions? Do you have health potions?
Yoda would like nod at that.
Yeah, I have a few.
Are they
Just a
like...
few basic ones.
Are
Well,
they
I mean, I
basic
have a couple
ones?
higher strength ones if you have the coin to spare, but
Yeah, definitely. How much for higher ones?
well, since you're here, I do discounts for scouts. So, normal asking price would be about 250 per. I'll give them to you for 175. Mostly because you actually finished your order without passing out or vomiting all over my floor. So, yeah, 175 each.
I take 4.
4? Alright. Let's get that squared off. Takes your... Takes
better.
700 gold and gives you your 4 potions.
I will take 1 and give the rest to the guys. So everyone has 1 really good.
Potion of greater healing.
Yep. 700. So I have 1, 3. Okay. Actually, do you have anything to smoke or anything special?
No, sorry, I don't carry that kind of stuff. Most people don't mind, considering the ashen waste already smells like a smoker's wet dream, but no, I don't really have any stuff on me.
I mean, today was definitely something, and I thought maybe you have something else, but never mind. I will take out my pipe. It's matchless one, so I just light it up and take a few drags. What about the skin thing? Is it like permanent or does it go away?
It's still there.
I'm asking Goro.
Oh, well, it reacts differently for everybody, but it'll probably last until maybe a full day, maybe more.
Nice. I think we are done here. Is anyone?
All right.
Everyone okay? Do you need anything? Nope. Siada, do you need anything? Another health potion?
Looks at the cat.
Kind of shakes her head.
Okay.
Ears go flopping around slightly.
It is. It seems we are done here. Thank you for your hospitality, and I definitely look forward to coming back here and trying another one of those dishes.
Mm.
And definitely the wine. That was something. I will extend the hand, try to shake it.
He shakes your hand.
Okay. Actually, do you have any bottle of brandy to sell me? Brandy or whiskey?
Bottles. I mean,
Unopened ones?
yeah, might have a couple. Any particular strength? You want a vintage, or do you just want like a basic sort of thing?
How much is the vintage?
Vintage, depending on how old we go. I mean,
What? 7?
they can be upwards of 1,000.
How much is a 7-year-old? You should
Oh,
know.
7-year-old?
Yeah, 7.
I mean,
7 or
that's
10.
not even vintage. 10-year-old. That's not even vintage at that point. Vintage is like older than you, to be honest.
Then I will take a 10-year-old whiskey
Yeah.
and a 10-year-old brandy. Both about like 40 to 50% alcohol.
Yeah, I got a couple like that.
I take them. How much?
Kind of looked at the bottles a little bit. Yeah, got a gold piece. Yeah, actually, a gold piece would cover both of them.
A gold piece it is.
Yeah.
Thank you. I will take those. And
D&D economy makes no sense. Magic items are worth hundreds, and then normal bottles of wine are less than a gold piece, and it's like the 300-year-old wine bottles are the ones that are like, oh, hey, we're worth a couple hundred. It's bizarre.
we are expensive. Okay. We're done. And I start. Do I just leave? Or I'm
Yep.
looking to
Once
go.
you go out the door, it'll spit you out where you came in.
Okay. See you around.
Just be careful, because in case Crowd didn't tell you, when you activate the scroll, the magic it releases kind of might draw attention from monsters in the region. So, stay alert. I wish you well on your mission, I guess this isn't an official mission, but I wish you well. Hopefully
Thank you.
I'll see you again.
Hopefully. I'm definitely coming back for that meal.
Mhm.
I will see you again, hopefully, when I'm a 3-star, and we can do this
Mhm.
probably. Did you add the letter to my inventory?
Oh yes, let me do that.
And the whetstones. You have to take out the whetstones too.
Right. I think you can just delete them. Because you said you gave them all 24.
No, 23. Actually, hold
Oh.
on. Do I have a whetstone in my a smith kit?
Technically, I think so.
Is it like a normal whetstones? Are these whetstones I bought better?
Smith's tools, hammer. Yep, includes a whetstone.
The same ones that I bought.
It's considered the same, yeah.
Yeah, I will go give it all of them to Colin.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, we are leaving.
All right. Have a good one. I'll see you again.
Have a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Try to
You
get
all
it.
head out after Lou's very interesting meal, and you head and you exit, and you find yourselves back in the Ashen Wastes along the like closer to here, I suppose.
Oh, Acid Lake is here, right? This is
Oh
the
yeah, it's all
same.
the way up there.
Yeah, the same one we talked about.
Mhm.
We we were going about 2 hours, so we're not.
You're like maybe.
We
Were
don't
you going at full speed or were you just
know full
going?
speed. I think.
All right. So full speed. So let's see. If it was a caravan, like full speed in 2 hours would get you like barely out of the town. So on wolves, you'd probably be like maybe around here.
Okay then.
So it is. I think I said midday last time.
No, it was night actually.
Oh right, heading towards nighttime.
Yeah,
Because you left like immediately. You didn't wait for dawn or nothing like that.
yeah.
It is getting fairly dark. The sun is starting to go below the horizon. You have maybe 45 minutes of light before nighttime hits, and nighttime has its own dangers. Not to mention the atmosphere gets worse at night.
I look at Sioda and say, "Do you think? Do you think you can maybe do something for us at night? Have you been outside? Have I been outside? Do I know this?
You've been outside. I mean, not in. I mean, just the 2 weeks you were with Alteran's caravan. In the years of service, you're used to traveling around, mostly just the western coast. So you're familiar with as in character. You're familiar with Celestina, Vaughn, and Liyue because they are along that western coast, and most missions you took are along there. Mostly like monster exterminations or just courier missions or you know um, getting merchants to and from one place to another. You've been to you haven't really had a need to go to Anthras, but you've covered quite a bit of ground. So Ultron was pretty much your first brush with Anthras. Hold.
Do I know any safe places, like a maybe entrance to a cave system or one of the oases?
The oases are very jealously guarded. No one's really seen them. They just know they exist. People who see them report it as like it's hard to remember details about it. It's like a fever dream kind of thing. But they all say that it was very pleasant, pure nature and all that. Um, as far as safe spaces go, you're not sure this far out, but you can reason that based on prior experience, you'll be able to find lots of abandoned campsites, you know, and maybe every once in a while, a set of ruins that you might be able to find rest in, but you don't see anything over the horizon now. And you're only 2 hours out from Anfras itself, so you're close enough that you could, if you turned around right now, you might be close enough to actually get back.
Do you guys want to go back, or do we
Um,
just push forward? Actually, Sioda,
I
can
would.
you do something about this so we don't have to go back?
You mean create a shelter?
I don't know, create a shelter, maybe like
Magic, anything?
magic, anything. Uh, do you? I mean, druids kind of like make the ground come alive again. Can you do that? That would be really helpful.
Why? What would that help? I'm confused.
Have you been out here at nights?
The only time I've ever been above the surface was the caravan.
The
So,
box.
Yeah.
so at nights it's gonna be 10 times more dangerous than what it is at daylight. The air gets more poisonous. There are like creatures coming out. So even if we have someone to keep watch and guard us from creatures, poison is still a problem. So if you can do something about the poison, can move for about half an hour, then camp there because Goro said the magic kind of attracts the monsters.
Well, I can protect us from poison for 1 hour. From what I know of my ability, it would work here. Um, as for shelter, I couldn't really make anything large. I can make like a basic like wall.
Um,
If
hmm,
we were able, I could try to find some natural structure, but
yeah,
I wouldn't
that would
root for that.
work. We can work with that if you can find that. Do you have any spells that can do that? Or
I so probably start clearing some space out on the earth and start casting as a ritual, commune with nature.
Hmm.
So
And because you're above ground, the range is absolutely massive.
Alu stands
pretty much.
guard and at the ready for any kind of danger because of
Yeah.
what Goro said.
So I would be asking for any bodies of water, any cave entrances if possible, or buildings.
You get a couple pings. First, obviously, on Feras, because it is technically a massive cave.
Mhm.
Let's see. Actually, terrains and bodies of water are prevalent, plants, animals, blah blah blah, influence from other planes of existence and buildings. So you get the ping is actually the buildings in Anfaras. About
Walking for 2 hours didn't get us more than 3 miles.
actually, what is this? Hold on, let me do the math again. How many feet are in a mile?
A lot.
A lot.
5,280 because Americans. You're riding wolves and horses,
More
Yeah.
boundless.
and well, not everyone's riding a moorbounder. You're on a
I
wolf.
shapeshift into a moorbounder, so
You
Michelle
are
would
the
be.
moorbounder.
Lou has his horse. I think Straight had a horse. Lou
No,
had
no.
his
Straight had a horse.
conjurer thing.
Straight had more bounder. I had a
He
wolf
had a moorbounder. Had
and
a
I am the
wolf.
moorbounder from Ashuta.
Yeah,
yeah,
she. Okay.
we have two more
So we all
bounders
had a
and
mount.
one wolf.
Two more bounders. More bounders can move 70 feet. Wolves can move, technically, dire wolf 50 feet. So they actually have to slow down to keep up with. So you can keep up with them.
Slow as wolf.
That's funny. Uh,
You could always like throw in a haste, but that would be, I guess, retconning it.
that would be a huge spell usage.
Sure.
So, okay. So in a minute, so a minute is 10 rounds, and an hour is 60 minutes. Okay. So if you dashed, okay, and then.
I think that's like a grid for like marching.
Well, I mean, are you guys going at full speed or not?
I mean, we are. I assume
I
we
assumed it
wanted.
was a like a comfortable pace.
So not dashing and all that
Yeah.
jazz.
No, not dashing.
According to like the mountain vehicles thingy, On roll 20, it would be like at a normal pace per hour, you would go 3 miles.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's what the recommended thing of it. At a slow pace, it's 2 miles. At a fast pace, it's 4. But then you get a -5 penalty to wisdom scores, perception. I can send it to you. I don't know if you'd rule it any different.
I'm trying to find it right now. Travel time. Aha! I think this is it. Oh yeah, map travel. Okay. Creature.
Like per minute, it would be 300 feet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd say you guys would actually be able, at a normal pace to go about 3 miles. Can you send me the chart? Because I think I found a different one.
I'm just using the roll 20 thingy. I'll DM you.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Oh wait, that's the general chat. Works, I guess.
Oh, actually, also, isn't actually Find Steed is different because Find Steed actually works differently. It's not a wolf speed. It's Find Steed. Your steed. Okay.
I mean, we kind of talked about it. I thought it didn't have like a speed.
No, I mean you said a wolf, so it would have the speed of a wolf normally. Yeah, no, it has the statistics of the chosen form. I was thinking
Yeah.
of the higher level spell, Find Greater Steed, which specifically has different movement.
Do I get a greater speed?
Yeah, that's a paladin level. Paladin spell.
Okay,
Much higher level though.
cool.
Find Greater Speed is a 4th level spell, so you get it very late. Aha, here it is. Wizards get Phantom Speed. This creature has a speed of 100 feet and can travel 10 miles in an hour, 13 at a fast pace. So that's the only like spell that specifies like travel time for this creature is way higher than everything else. Okay, travel pace. Um,
I think that chart doesn't take into account mounts, though, from what I can
probably
tell.
yeah. No, for mounts, it's pretty much double. So in an hour, so normal speed in an hour for a mount, almost double. So
Zoomy zoom.
like 6 or more miles in an hour. So 12, like 13, 14 hours, 13, 14 miles in 2 hours. So yeah, you actually make quite a decent distance. But yeah, like 13, 14 miles is pretty decent. 3 miles out from that, uh, you do get like half pings of ruined buildings. One feels one ping a little bit off to like in this direction, kind of.
Mhm.
That area feels a little more like it might be part of like a complex. There might have been like a town there once, and then off to a lot closer to Anfaras, like back in this direction, feels like there might be a cave, of some sort. You can't tell size.
No bodies of water or
No, you are extreme. You are still pretty far from the actual like coast, and there doesn't seem to be any water around you at the moment.
okay. So based on what I can tell, Blue, I think there's some kind of town to the southeast of us. But then if we backtrack a little bit, there would be a cave north. I
Town.
don't know which
You
one's safer
mean
to you.
ruined town?
I only sense buildings. I can't sense if there are any inhabitants.
Hmm. That is interesting. How long until we get to the town?
You said it was like at the edge of my radius of my 3 mile
Yeah,
radius,
yeah.
so it'd be about under an hour.
Hmm.
It would be like half an hour?
I don't
Because we're
want
bound
to
to.
go back because that is progress wasted. I say we just go to the town and take shelter there and rest a bit. Then we go and do our hunting.
Mhm.
Sounds good to me.
Everyone cool with that? Okay. Do you want to take the lead?
On the way.
Sure.
Okay.
Also for the purposes of the thing, because I don't know when the Foundry thought I took a long rest, but um, how long were we?
Yes.
Would the tavern count as a long rest for
It
doing a
does
lot like
actually.
that?
I forgot about
Okay.
that. After you drank the liquid, right? And it tasted like your favorite thing ever. When you left, you felt like that rush of magic again and that pleasant taste, and you feel rejuvenated.
So a long rest
That's good.
Oh yes.
after we left.
Awesome.
Oh yes.
So
Magic.
I get all of my shit back. My lucky
Tavern is a
points.
wonderful place. There's a reason why it's technically limited.
When I get promoted, can I go?
Oh, and that reminds me, because of the long rest rules, after you leave the tavern as well, go ahead and mark your magical items as attuned.
Hmm.
It's like the
Uh,
little sun thingy, right?
Hmm?
On the character sheet, it's like a sun symbol.
Yes. So what you do, unfortunately, clicking the sun doesn't do it. You have to go to the right side where the trash can, the notepad, and the shield are. Click on the notepad, and then in the box that pops up, click the details, and then you'll see attunement in a drop-down menu. Make sure it says attuned.
Ah, okay.
attuned.
Very handy.
I wish it wasn't like I wish the default thing was it being gray and then it turned red when you
Yeah,
attuned it
it's
instead of the
actually
other way around.
backwards.
I thought the gray one was it wasn't attuned.
So do. Hmm. Short. That's why I did less damage with my short sword, or is it a D6?
Yeah, short swords are a d6.
Ah, right. That one is a long sword. Right. Okay.
Yeah. The longsword has higher damage die, but it's also not magical.
Not
So
magical. So yeah. Um, glue just keeps both of them handy.
you could technically dual wield if you wanted to not use your shield for a round.
No, I'm okay with my shield. Just have both of them handy in case I just need to do a bit of more damage. Like, have you seen how the samurai have like two swords at one side? The Lu does something like that. And I will take the back of the roll. Sioda is in the front, and I guess Straits is in the middle, and we go to the town.
You head forward, and in that last bit of light, actually, you kind of go up a hill. You go up a hill, and then you actually see it sprawling in front of you as a what looks to be like a medium to small size like village, but the buildings are made of stone, but they're very broken down and cracked. And you can see cold, no wisps of smoke, but cold fireplaces. It seems like this might have been used as a resting place many times before. You also notice a few very particular smallish birds, but definitely they look more like scavenger type birds than anything else. As you head down and head into these ruins, you do notice very clearly by near one of the campfires is a pair of bleach white, sun bleached and thoroughly cleaned skeletons stuck on pikes. The birds are just kind of sniffing around the area, but as you approach, they quickly fly away.
Would
They're
I
very.
be able to approach them and like discern how long ago these skeletons were posted?
Sure, if you
Ah,
want to do a nature check on the skeletons to see how long they've been dead for.
she beat me to it.
Unless you want to talk to the animals.
Can I help?
To investigate, to nature check the skeletons, you can help, yeah?
Okay, then I will
So,
help.
Sioda has advantage. Ooh.
Really?
I mean, the bodies are cold, and you really can't find any scraps of leftover flesh, so probably a while.
Mm.
The birds around the area don't seem like overly aggressive types, so they probably don't eat, dead bodies super quickly, and there's not a lot of them for it to be like, oh yeah, this body was picked clean on day one. No, it seems like they took a while.
I dropped the wild shape and tried to cast Speak with Animals as a ritual, if that's okay.
Sure. Most of them have flown away at this point, but there are a couple that just kind of stare at you. Interest, like just seeing if you're leaving any food behind because, the skeletons are kind of empty on food right now. You cast the spell and you take a look at them. What do you say?
Hey, I'm sorry to bother you guys. Um, how long have you guys been here?
Kind of tilt their heads. One of them kind of hops a little bit closer, like on this little slope right here. Kind of hops toward the edge of the slope and go. In about 7 days since we last visited.
Do
Hard
they
to
offer
find
food?
food.
Do they offer food a lot? Often?
I looked around and you hear they kind of mutter to each other. To Lou, it's just as they kind of like chatter. And turns back. It's been many moons since people were here. These bodies been longer. Empty now.
So there aren't any people in the town nearby?
No, no one. Just you.
Can I like insight check the bird?
Oh, you almost certainly can insight check this fucking bird.
I feel like there's
Vibe
an
check it
instant
fucking
we're gonna
bad.
die and he'll eat me. Fuck. 11.
Seems like a bird. It's just like, hey,
Valid.
he has like a surly. The bird has like a very surly tone to it. You could imagine if it hasn't had food in a while, it's probably why it's just feeling peckish. And you do notice the other birds kind of like, as you're talking with the leader, they're just kind of like peeking around the sides of walls and peeking through windows and stuff, just kind of looking at you.
I,
If you turn your ear to listen to the other birds in the flock, you kind of hear just like mutterings of like, are they food? Maybe. Are they food? I don't know. Are they food? I hope so. I haven't eaten in so long.
I just nudge to Sioda and say, "Hey, what's going on? What's
They're
happening?
hungry.
Hmm. Uh, do you want my rations? Because I just ate my full, and I don't think I will need them.
If you feed one, you'll have to feed all of them.
Uh, how much ration do I have? I think
You have a few days
rations.
worth? Maybe
Uh,
10 days worth? If
yeah,
you.
I have a
I'll say
10
you
days.
restocked at Anfaras, you have like 10 days worth.
Yeah. Is it enough to feed all of them?
You can see maybe, I want to say 12 right now. You also hear more noises from different parts of this ruined village. Lots and lots of noises.
Hmm. Tell you what, tell them if they give us information, we might have food for them. I think between me and you, we might have enough to feed them.
You notice the bird you were talking to and the birds next to it are just kind of staring more intently, and then the leader's kind of like, "What did he say? Are you giving food?"
He said he'd be willing if you guys are able to give us any information about the town.
He looks annoyed. He gives like a big old stink eye. He's just kind of like, what do you want to know? We're very hungry.
I'd like to know if it's safe for us to pass through there without you guys feeding us at some point.
Half the flock in range of Sioda. Sounds like a crazed, demented laugh.
Are they
Kind of
laughing
echoes
at
in the village
us?
around you. We won't eat you if we have food. It's simple. We need food to survive. He just she asked us not to eat her.
Ask them about how these guys died.
Ask them about what?
Ask them how these skeletons died. Did somebody kill them and brought them here? Did they just die from natural causes? If they know.
How do they naturally die on a spot?
I mean, I guess they just had sticks up their asses.
Oh, are they actually on
They're
pikes?
actually like on pikes
Ah, okay. Then ask them how they did die. Were they dead before?
with sticks up their asses.
Were they dead before, or did they die because of this?
Are you gonna tell me how these skeletons got here?
The leader kind of tilts his head very far. No. Happened before I became leader of flock.
When did you become leader?
Birds can't frown. But this one tries to. And he's just like, moons ago.
So, I assume you want to remain leader.
We want food. And you hear a chorus, food, food.
We're quite far and above eating each other. Would
But
you
we're
like
more
to eat
willing
now?
to eat big ones like you. We just want food. And you do notice, Lou especially, you notice that a lot of the birds kind of like shuffle closer, and you start noticing more and more birds are starting to come and like flock around the top of like the archways and in windows and just kind of staring at you all. There's now about 28 birds,
I
and you
will
still hear more far off.
I will look at Sioda and tell them and tell her tell the leader or him or her whatever. Uh, he doesn't want to mess with us because we might look tasty, but we can fight back and we can kill all of them.
Intimidate bird.
My only concern here is if we go into that town, we are attacked and we kill whatever is sustaining you guys, then you will not have food ever again. If this is your only source.
And at this point, a lot of the older ones especially kind of back up and they're kind of like, put their head down. They look kind of upset. And they're like,
And I'm offering you food now. And if you guys can tell us that, we might be able to avoid conflict with whatever is feeding you.
Make a persuasion check. The birds are like muttering amongst themselves and just kind of like.
16.
The leader kind of like waddles back a little bit closer to you. Fine. And you hear his voice kind of carries as the bird screeches out for them to look to see if there's any other living creatures. And a lot of the birds nearby kind of like look confused, but then they fly around. And you can see a massive circle in the air and cries back and forth from them and other birds. before they come back, and they report there's no one else other than you here. The last ones were a long time ago.
Would I be able to insight check that again, or
You
is
may.
that too close? Too close.
Yeah, now that's better.
He's
See.
definitely annoyed because he wants food, and he seems like he's just like, get this over with. I want to eat. Here's the information you want. Give me food. I want to eat. We all want to eat.
But
He
not
seems
lying.
honest enough for a bird.
Okay.
Or bird.
For a bird.
It's a bird. It doesn't have the same sort of emotions as a. It doesn't express emotions in the same way that a humanoid does. So it's just like, fish gotta swim, birds gotta eat. Finding Nemo reference.
Okay. Thank you for your help. Siota would reach into her bag and like she would grab the pouch of rations, open it, and then like chunk it away so that it'll spread out over an even sort like be able to fill it.
And they immediately flock towards as you throw your crumbs and they start eating. And a lot of them are just, you hear like, the hell is this? That's not meat. It's dry. Shut up and eat it. No, that's my piece.
Lou does the same.
You start feeding the birds, and dozens and dozens and dozens of birds keep flocking over until in front of you there is like easily over 100 birds just eating these crumbs and until everyone has their fill. Are you gonna feed all the birds?
I guess we gave them about 20 days worth of rations.
Yeah. So I'll mark 5 off from everybody's.
Yeah.
So
Before
you and Sioda mark off 5, and I'll mark 5 off of Straight and Mishuda's.
before they
Unless Mishuda wants to cast Fireball on the birds.
before we go,
Let's chicken.
Sioda, can you do me a favor? Can you ask the leader if he has seen Platinum Fang? And I give him I give her the the appearance of a sword.
Okay.
By the way, have you guys seen any like really fancy swords?
What's a sword? What's a
What I
sword?
figured.
I don't know. Wow.
They don't know what a sword is.
Hmm.
It's like this really long, thin piece of metal. It's like what these skeletons are attached to, but a little bit smaller.
One
Lou,
of them immediately like turns around, one of the younger ones, just kind of looks at you, and then kind of like looks to the side, back at you, looks to the side, kind of like flies off. And you hear a ting ting ting, like in one of the houses.
Oh my god, we found the sword. GG.
okay. Lou goes after the sound.
You look in through a window and you see ting ting ting, and as the bird's cocking its beak, and it looks at you, and it kind of like grabs something and a little strap in its mouth and uses its whole body weight to pull, and it pulls a half broken sword out from underneath a bed, or what could have possibly been a bed at one point, mostly just rubble and rotted wood.
Yeah, like that. Is there any more from besides those? Do you know?
Birds don't shrug, but you get the impression this one would.
Okay.
Flies back to eat.
I'll like give him like an extra like piece of jerky for helping.
Ooh, meat. 50 heads. Meat, 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 meat. Nothing. It's like the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Mine.
Yeah.
It's like, nothing.
Mine. Okay, I guess we are not finding that fucking sword. Let's just
Yeah, let me find the sword that everyone's been looking for in random ruins in the middle of a desert. Let me ask some birds.
I wasn't trying to find it here, but maybe because they have like the
You
power of the
certainly tried
flight.
to second-hand intimidate a bird.
I was getting nervous. There is a lot of birds
We
here.
are legion! Birds attack.
Death by bird.
I mean,
I mean, you do notice that while they do seem to enjoy the rations, especially the jerky, they have rather sharp beaks.
are there like omnivores?
I mean, they're definitely eating the non-meat parts of the rations without much problem. I mean, you get the impression that, like most things out here in the Ashen Wastes, you eat what you can get, and you just hope that it won't kill you immediately.
Vulture's probably the best at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, vultures are so disgusting. They literally piss on themselves just to stay warm.
Yeah.
And
I
they
think they have like
vomit.
the strongest stomach acid in the world.
Yeah, no, they projectile vomit because that's the real life acid splash. It just melts people. It does some pretty. They're gnarly fuckers. These things aren't the size of vultures, but they definitely, from the again picked clean corpses, they have similar tendencies.
Okay. We are
Going
leaving.
back to the house that the bird found that half-broken sword in, is it like mostly intact? Or is it like just crumbled?
The hilt is rusted. The blade itself
No,
also
the
looks
house.
very heavily pockmarked. Oh, the house?
Yeah.
The roof is caved in one corner, but most of it is still intact, and it is made of like that stony kind of material, like mud brick and
Hold on.
stone.
Hold on. Yeah, stone cunning. Can I use stone cunning and find somewhere that I know it's safe for
The
us?
origin of stonework. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And as I look around for somewhere for us to spend the night, is there any kind of marking or like scratches on the stone that say what happened here? Maybe some kind of a fight, or was it animals?
You notice a couple scorch marks along the stone closest to the corpses, well, the skeletons, but so it's so faded you can't really tell if it's recent or anything. The homes themselves, the material they're made of, you actually grab one of the fallen bricks and kind of flex your hand. It doesn't crumble easily, but it's definitely, if a bunch of it fell on top of you're fairly confident that you could probably force your way out. So safe enough.
Okay. Okay, guys, we can sleep here, I guess.
Probably find like whatever house seems the most intact. And if
Mm.
there's like a small like chunk that was missing, if it's viable to cast stone shape in order to make a wall to like
Ooh,
cover any gaps in the hole,
definitely viable.
try to make it a little bit more airtight so that the gas, if it comes in, if there's like a gas storm or something, block off the windows. That
Mhm.
would be what I would like to do.
Definitely doable. You find a the most intact one, weirdly enough, is actually a fairly big complex that's partially underground. Fairly spacious, and there's windows that are there have these half rotted, well, these mostly rotted away bits of like fossilized wood. Safe enough to rest in for the night if you wanted.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
As you cast Stone Shape, you do notice that some of the birds kind of like react, and which means more of them react, as you magically just fix the house so that it becomes more structurally sound. And they just look on in awe, just like just staring in surprise.
Okay. Who wants to take the first shift?
Straight, couldn't do it.
Um,
Okay, I will say take the second one. Yoda, do you want to
I
take the
could,
step?
I could. I'd also like to cast snare at like, uh, I don't know if there's like an alley that this house is led to, or if like there's any strategic spot where somebody would have to pass through in order to access this house.
You just on that like base glance you did looking around, that front entrance is kind of the only one that you can see. There's nothing on this floor. You don't really see any ways like up or down. So really, it seems fine. If you stone shape to like block the windows, that's really the only way in.
Okay, I cast snare like along the door and let everyone know that I'm casting snare, just because I have it and I'd like to use it as a. Okay. It'll probably do nothing.
Okay. Do you
But
want to take the third one?
am I taking the second or the third?
I can do the second.
I don't really have a preference either way. I guess I'll take the third.
Okay.
Mesh that will be last. Alrighty. You begin to sleep. Well, you begin to rest. So that again, that isn't necessarily mean the entire time is asleep. It's just the entire time minimal effort to do anything, just trying to relax your bodies, which is easy. The World's End Tavern, honestly, was comfortable in a way that kind of puts the major holds that you've all and dens that you've all been to shame. Uh, it was fantastic in there.
Yeah.
Your
I
rest
um
and
I
yes,
guess I don't need to sleep because of that drink we had, or do I need to sleep?
technically you need to sleep, but like you only need to sleep a couple hours.
Okay, then I just
Yeah.
take care of my swords, my shield, then I go to sleep.
Okay. As the night begins to fall, you are all summarily surprised by the sudden appearance of many, 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 many birds kind of flying through the doorway and just kind of flying around the space and just kind of making nests in little rafters and along the floor where you guys aren't. And they just kind of, and the leader kind of, you notice the leader, actually slightly bigger than the rest, kind of look towards you all, kind of nods sharply, and then all the birds kind of tuck their head under their wings and they just fall asleep.
Watch your bag, Lou.
Will do.
Um, depending on like, I don't know. Yeah, Sierra would like sleep on her backpack like it's a pillow,
Hmm.
with like the seam side to open it like facing down in case they
Yep.
try to steal.
Shiny things. At this point, everybody, except for Meshida, is going to make a Constitution saving throw. As the night begins to progress and the cold hits, you notice wind starting to howl out from the ashen wastes, and little puffs of air push through, and as you breathe, you all kind of get choked up a little bit as you're starting to finally feel the effects of what happens when there's weather in a continent whose entire shtick is irradiated and dead.
If I notice that like it seems to noticeably flare up, then I would like to cast protection from poison. But like if it's like just like constantly bad, then I wouldn't be able to sustain it.
Yeah, no, it's like the wind picks up and it goes strong for quite a while. So, which reminds me, I have to roll for. Meshula seems completely unaffected and sleeps like a baby.
Quick reminder: everyone gets a +3 because my aura.
Yeah. Ooh.
What happened?
Sioda and Straight are assaulted by the wind, and they kind of rise up, spluttering and choking, as they experience a very peculiar burning sensation in the back of their throats as the harsh winds and the environment are starting to take their toll.
Hold
They are
on.
poisoned,
Oh, poisoned.
and let's see.
I think I had something.
A very fun surprise that I'm going to throw into the sheet.
Knew I should have blocked out the door. Oh well.
The
Would have been a bad
rest.
choice. It made a little hole.
Betcha.
If I use lesser restoration, do I get it back? Because technically we haven't had a long rest finished.
That is a viable strategy, I believe.
Okay, and
Lesser restoration says that you touch a creature and end either one disease or one condition afflicting it. The target condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
yep. Siodo, I believe Siodo has lesser restoration. Siodo, are you okay with that whole
I
thing?
did not prepare it. So
Uh,
So you're casting it on who?
can I cast it twice? Because I have the spell slots, so I
Yeah.
cast it twice.
So you would cast it twice. It ends the poison conditions on Sioda and Straight, though they still are hacking and coughing because the wind does not abate and it is not comfortable to breathe in. So you continue your long rest without perception checks, given the very, very narrow nature of the doorway. The night passes rather uneventfully, despite the constant pressure. I'll have you guys do one more round of con saves as there's as the wind continues for the 8 hours that you're there. Again, no one's closed, like tried to shut off any air, which makes sense because it's technically an enclosed box.
18.
it's a big closed box.
It's a big closed box. I mean, yeah, you could lock it off if you wanted.
Probably last for 8 hours, but then I would burn another spell slot to open it up.
Yeah.
Got creative with it.
Unless Lou decided to use his head physically. All right, and for this guy,
You know, the funny thing
ooh, okay.
is that Lou is really bad at perception stuff, but he has awareness and a lot.
Thankfully, you all managed to resist the effects
Yay!
of the second round. And day begins to slowly break, and the birds kind of shiver and wake up. The leader again just kind of looks at you all and gives a sharp nod as all the birds start to. They're not flying yet, but they start stretching their wings.
I'm immune to poison.
Are you?
Nature's ward at 10th level. I can't be charged or frightened by elementals of fate, and I'm immune to poison and disease.
Ooh.
Hold on. I think I am.
So you are immune to the poisoned effect, but not the other thing. So
I think I am.
Nick is alive.
Divine health. Was it only disease or was it? No, just disease.
Actually, no,
just
Siota
disease.
is fine from the other effect. So Siota is actually unaffected by the winds because of Druid nonsense.
Yeah.
What the hell did I miss?
A lot.
TLDR, we found we left the tavern, found a ruined town, befriended vultures, and we are hiding in like a little house.
Also, my ass was on fire.
I think I'm technically still in the tavern.
No, you left with them.
I thought I'm being like interrogated right now.
Nope.
Nope.
You missed. The only funny thing you missed was Lou, basically
Scorpion lasagna.
consuming two of the most spicy shit in that tavern, one after the other.
Also, you notice that after a day has passed, Lou's skin still has a strangely silvery sheen to it.
What's the silvery sheen from?
He's just
The whiskey
shiny.
he took. He
He
drank some.
looks slightly
I
shiny.
assume Miss Shooter was there and saw it, right?
Yeah, much was there.
Yeah.
He
He
had
had
like
a
what?
drink.
dragon whiskey.
Dragon wine.
Yeah. And since he drank it, his skin has been silver.
And I assume I have resistance to physical attacks because
Nope.
I
It's just like a color silver. It's not actually metal, right?
You're not actually made of metal, but there is a bonus to it. It's just I'm not telling you what it is.
okay. Then everyone up. We are going to hunt some snails, I guess. Up, up, up.
Oh, finally!
The birds finish stretching and they start to fly out of the doorway.
Okay, can someone give me like a quick recap what the heck happened?
We did.
We just did.
I didn't. I missed it.
I'll write it out if that's helpful. But we left the tavern. I commuted with nature to find suitable places for us to make camp. We found like this ruined town. There was like skeletons that were like propped up on spikes with vultures around it. We talked to the vultures, asked them how long they've been there, if there's any active threats.
The
They
vultures
said
talk.
no. I talked to them because I can see
Druids.
the druid.
Ah, okay.
Druid bullshittery.
They said
Druid
we're safe
bullshittery,
to
but that's
go.
bullshittery.
We fed them, and now they're following us, which is valid. And that's basically it. There was a big
Yeah.
thorn
So we
of
got pet
gas
vultures.
or whatever.
No, as you all wake up, the vultures do eventually start leaving, but they did seek shelter with you all for the night.
Oh wait, so did I take a rest?
You don't seem affected by the poisonous gale of the ashen wastes, thankfully.
Also, you have a
Obviously.
potion of greater healing.
Greater healing, it's in your inventory.
Wait, I do?
Yeah, I
Yes,
bought four.
You bought four
for
and gave
everyone.
everyone one.
Awesome. I already bought potion
Extra
of
health.
healing.
Also, I need to mark your thing. Okay, it is. So you have your magic item and stuff accounted for.
Well, my wild shape into a vulture doesn't make me immune. No, already.
These aren't vultures. These are different creatures. You could turn into them because they are beasts.
Are they normal? Like, are they cannon beasts or are they humber?
Yeah,
Wait, you can only
Humber
turn into
because they have
creatures
to
you've
be.
seen, right?
That's
Yeah, I mean, she's looking at 100 and something of them.
No, I
I
mean,
count
If only I could find one of these birds.
no.
There's
I,
200!
no, I mean, I don't know how the druid.
That's how it
turns
works.
in-
You need to see the thing.
So you need.
Thankfully, there's a couple hundred right there. She's looking right at him.
That's why it's like sucks that you can never turn into a dinosaur.
I mean,
Even though
you
technically
can.
you could.
Unless
can.
you see one.
You have to be a moon circle druid.
Wait, I thought it no, I thought you could do it just based on like whatever the CR of the dinosaur you want to be is. Like there's technically
No.
like a CR1 dinosaur or something, but there's no real reason why you would be able to see one unless you're playing in like a certain campaign.
That too. But in theory, if you're a druid, a moon druid, you can become. Actually, hold on, let me double check. Starting challenge rating as high as your druid level divided by 3, rounded down. So at 18th level, you can turn into a CR6. Oh, you still can't turn into a T-Rex. So you would need to cast polymorph to become a T-Rex, technically.
But there are smaller like
There are smaller dinos, yes.
Yeah.
So she could be a raptor.
Yes.
Like one of those ones that steal eggs. I like those.
The what?
Allosaurus, I could be an Allosaurus.
Yes.
What's
you
an
can.
Allosaurus?
I could be a Paleosaurus.
The big boys. So for the purpose of stats,
I didn't know I could do that.
for the purpose of stats, these creatures are basically vultures with immunity to poison disease. Which makes sense considering that they A, feed off corpses and eat everything else, and B, don't seem affected by the ashen wastes weather.
I mean, you have immunity to
Wait,
disease and
an
poison, so you
Allosaurus,
don't need
an
it.
Allosaurus is basically a T-Rex.
Allosaurus? It's like a mini T-Rex. They're
I
smaller.
know, but like it looks
Little.
that's what I'm saying. Like it looks a lot like a T-Rex.
It's a cousin. They're all cousins.
We're all
I
cousins,
think the
you know?
Allosaurus predated the T-Rex.
We're all cousins of the great gods.
The great granddaddy of
Also,
the T-Rex.
Allosaurus have cooler like eyebrows, little horn eyebrows.
Yeah. What about Paleosauruses though? Are they cousins of T-Rexes as well?
They're like cousins of velociraptors.
Yeah.
A velociraptor meets.
All of my dinosaur knowledge is
Velociraptor
limited to
meets like
mammal
that lizard from Holes.
No, the really big one. Really big ones. They have the
Okay,
more long. They have bigger proportions. Anyways,
I'm gonna look it up.
finish your rest. And what you gonna do?
I don't think I was
Do-
resting.
You were resting with everyone else.
So should I click the thing?
I think I already marked you as rested.
Oh,
was
okay.
wanted to prepare new spells.
Oh no, I haven't used any of my spells yet, so I'm good for now.
Alrighty. You wake up with the dawn after the birds finish leaving, and you make your way out.
Did we notice they killed anything?
They eat everything, but there's nothing
No,
recently
I meant like,
killed.
is there? Oh, there's nothing like new that we've seen after we get up.
The four of you, each gave up about 5 days worth of rations to feed the sheer amount of them so they wouldn't attack, because they were implying that either
we
they were going to
each?
eat something or they were going to eat you.
I'm sorry. We each gave them
Yes,
5 days.
I marked off 5 rations from everybody in the party.
Oh.
Rations basically doesn't come in handy. So
It's crap, but they don't care. They just want food.
yeah,
It depends
I
on the
mean,
campaign.
now
if
now
it's,
we
like,
only have
rivalry
5
reasons.
days rations.
Which
Well,
should
if
be
you were
fine.
here, you would have agency over your character's actions, Dabs.
that
fair.
Dabs,
That-
really?
Abs.
It's not my fault that I couldn't get away.
It's okay. I just made sure your characters were feeding the birds, because I don't think you would want to fight 164 birds. Very sharp beaks.
They're just vultures.
Want to test that? You want me to make 160 attack rolls against you with advantage? Because they have pack tactics.
dude.
they do?
Even if
If that dealt
they
1 damage for each bird, we would die.
yeah,
What if I burned them all to hell?
They move. You can't burn all of them at once, trust me.
Okay, but I can't push them and make them lose their balance.
You can push one bird at a time. You can't
I'm
push
gonna punch that
160.
bird.
No, not with the force ballista. The force ballista has a 120-foot range.
It only hits one thing at a time.
Does it?
It's
yep.
one target.
And let me check.
Is a
Thinking of the
target.
flamethrower, which has a 15-foot cone, but a 15-foot cone still wouldn't hit all of them.
There's a reason why flying types are resistant to
I
fighting
mean,
type
if they have
moves in
pack
Pokemon.
tactics, it would hit a good amount of them, I guess. But let me look at this.
No, pack tactics is just when vulture is within 5 feet against another creature within 5 feet of another vulture, the vulture has advantage on attacks. So as long as there's 2 vultures around you, surrounding you, they get advantage.
And there's a
multiply that.
100 and something of them.
Yeah. I mean, they have like pitiful attack rolls, but
Even
160.
so,
Even if they had
160.
only a 30% chance to hit, they would kill you. Well, they would definitely kill the druid.
If we had a dang T-Rex on our team, then we'd scare them a lot.
No, because a T-Rex can only hit one target at a time. Anyways,
I mean, it's still pretty
They
dangerous.
just go for the eyes or whatever.
Okay, but yeah.
Just go
Anyways,
for the
so
Anyways.
what's going on?
So we
I guess
you leave the town.
Yeah, I guess we are just making our way to the
Do I
hunt site.
see any snails?
You're looking for them though.
Yeah.
We're on
No,
the
I mean,
way
like,
to
do I
the
see any
location. We have
nearby?
not gone to the
You're
spot.
about here. And you're
I
making your way
can't. Hang
back.
on, I'm zooming out. I can't see where you're pointing.
We're at the bottom of the map. We are actively en route to the snails. We are not close to the snails right now.
Can you point to it again? I can't see it.
You are here.
We're beneath
Ah,
Alpha.
okay. No, we're
You
just
are
in
slowly
Unbox.
making your way down
To
Making my
Kavan?
way.
towards.
Which way are we going again?
South.
We're
Your
going...
cursor is literally where we are.
No, I meant like where are we going?
South.
Going to this coast.
I swear to God.
Are we going to Kigana or just the coast?
Coast.
Okay,
Coast.
just the coast.
So you're here
Forgot- I-
and you
okay.
begin to slowly make your
I
way.
forgot
And what
the
did we
distance.
say? Did I say you can travel in an hour? Was
3
About
miles in an hour unmounted. We're
Yeah.
going about double that since we're mounted.
6
right,
miles an
so
hour.
about 6 to 7.
Oh wait,
We'll
we
say
have
6.5.
What are we mounted on?
Well, technically you're riding on.
Yeah, Seattle would go more bounder again because it seems.
Oh right, so I'm riding on Seattle. Right.
Yep, Cuts
Wait,
is
has she just
riding.
been a moorbounder this entire time?
Nope.
Yes.
When I entered the thing, I had to drop it a few times to cast spells since then.
Yeah.
But
The ruins were
Oh, okay.
were back to gnome, but during travel she's been a moorbounder because moorbounders are very fast.
But does that use her thing, or can we
yes,
just
it
say
does.
that?
It is a
Oh, okay.
resource, so keep the moorbounder alive. Anyway, you're here.
No, I mean like, does that use her like ability to transform?
Don't
Like,
worry about it. I'm a druid.
It's a
I
it's not
worry
your class
about you.
resource. It's not your class resource, so don't worry about it. It's someone else's resource to worry about.
Okay, alright.
Right. So you travel for, let's see how far you can get.
I just don't want you to have to use
Are
it for me.
you? Nope.
I'll
Are
remind you whenever
you?
you try to cast a spell, and I'm like, isn't that a spell slot?
Which is
Are you
basically
gonna go
just your
normal
whole
speed
thing.
or are you gonna book it?
Where?
I say we book it because Ultron said we don't have a lot of time.
No, but we should go normal speed to not startle the snails.
I assume that the snails live in a cave, and we'll find a cave south
Well,
of here.
hey DM, can I make a history check on the snails?
Okay.
I mean, sure. Everyone kind of already did back in Unfit but sure.
We
Like,
did?
I know
didn't
that
do
natively they tend to be underground species, right?
They do enjoy. They're fairly docile. They don't mind traveling above ground. They don't mind traveling below ground. They actually don't even mind salt water, even though snail makes you think, oh no, salt water, their one weakness. They just kind of chill.
Okay.
They're really chill creatures.
So what do I know about their habitats? I rolled a 22.
They live. I mean, their shell is their home, and they don't
I meant
really.
like where they like to dwell.
Their shell is their home, and they don't really fear most things because they're capable of offense. So, just chill. Now, the lead you're
Okay.
following said that the last known sighting was near the coast, so you're hoping they're still there.
Okay.
So you're here, and if you book it, you can get 104 miles in 8 hours. So in 8 hours, I'd say that would actually get you, like... yeah. That would actually get you pretty much to the coast. So you would travel forth
Alright,
and
so
find the plain. As usual, the wastes are monotonous and largely flat, and dust follows you wherever you go. But really, there's not a lot to worry about. There is no sign of other creatures. As you look around, there's no sign of rock outcroppings or snails or rock outcroppings that could be mistaken as snails. And you find your way.
if we book it, when
coast.
do we have to make camp as soon as we arrive at the 8 hours?
After 8 hours of travel, it would be heading towards evening. And you finally start heading, and you can actually start to feel a cooler sensation as a bit of a salty smell reaches your noses as you reach get closer to the coastline. And as you get closer, you crest a hill and you look forward and you actually see, some of you for the first time, the ocean. A vast expanse of grayish blue water, lightly sparkling. The waves crashing against the sandy beaches as far as the eye can see. And in the direction you're heading, an array of shapes along the beach itself. As I'm going to
Can I make
yoink
a
the
perception
lot
check?
of you and throw you in the beach.
Yay, it's a beach episode.
Go in a bikini.
Wait, can we do that real quick? This is.
Girls in bikinis on roller
Wait,
skates.
why is
The
my
map
token?
is
Why is my
black.
why is my
Space.
token my sketch again?
I thought I changed it. I did change it back,
He
but
did
it's
change it at
giving me
the
trouble.
start.
It's giving me trouble. I don't know why.
Oh. Okay. Can't see. Can I make a perception check to see if it's the snails?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Could
have.
Would
also
that be
be
wait? Would that be
looking for
perception
tracks
or
or signs.
investigation?
Perception. Investigation is physical interaction. Perception is your eyes.
Survival would be looking for tracks, wouldn't it?
I got
Yes.
23. Nat 20,
So
23.
you're up here.
Oh.
Let me. Yeah, perception. Yep, 7.
Okay. What? All right.
I have to do that thing every time. Why do you keep tilting your characters? Drives me nuts.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, like I do that by accident. I don't know why it does that.
I don't know how you do that.
I don't either.
Okay, let me position. You see with your eyes
Who does?
nothing. You're looking around because you're up here.
Wait, all of us?
You're looking around, and you can't really see much because there is a rock outcropping right here, and this area over here is technically kind of like a mini cliff, and the beach is lower, so you would have to go forward, so you don't see anything that looks like a snail right now. Sioda and Lu, it's much the same. You both,
But what
because
do
the
I
rock
see?
outcropping is there, you see sand and you see big old rock outcroppings over here and over here, and that's kind of it.
So what? So what else do I see?
I just told you.
But I got a nat 20 at
Yes.
Like is there
Would
nothing
I-
else I see?
Sometimes nat 20s don't mean amazing things happen. It just means that you succeed, but you successfully see
Nothing.
beach. It's a beach.
There was nothing to see. If there was something, you would have seen it.
It looks perfectly fine and normal.
Would I
Okay,
be able
guys.
to search for any tracks or signs that the snails were here recently? Or at
You
some
could
point?
make a survival check. Are you going to
That's
move at all?
survival? I
Because
thought
you're
that was
currently
perception.
Perception is looking, survival is tracking, and
You
investigation
can still
is
look for
clues.
tracks.
Perception
That's not-
is looking, survival is tracking, and investigation is searching.
I also
Clues,
cannot
typically.
But
currently
you
see
said
the map.
investigation is physical searching.
If you're looking at someone, you can't tell if it's male or female. Perception is looking at the body, investigation is getting your hands on the body, and survival is knowing not to touch the body and just look for other signs.
What are they wearing?
I was wondering what do you want to do with the survival? That was a good one.
What?
Stop
I didn't
arguing.
hear what name was said. I get the joke, but I don't get. I didn't hear what name was said.
I said I was
I was
wondering.
wondering what I was doing with survival. In the case of a physical person's body, he was wondering what I would do with the survival check.
Check the bathroom for tampons or pads.
That is a viable use of it because it's like, hey, at that
Wouldn't
point
that
it's
be
more
sleight
of
of hand?
investigation because you're digging through trash. Anyways,
Wouldn't that be sleight of hand?
You gonna
No.
move it all since you're the mount?
I cannot see the map right now.
Oh,
It's
for
just black.
fuck's sake!
What? I can see the map.
Good for you. I can't.
Uh,
You-
Beach figure. Broken vision is on. Strict visibility within disabled. It's invisible. It says it's visible, and you.
That's a giant
Oh,
rock.
I know. I have to do this technically, don't I?
Is it just,
Yeah.
is it just me, or does that rock look like
Barely
a claw?
It's because I can't make you the more. I can't make you the more bounder, can I? Let me double check. Maybe I can make you control the more bounder.
Would you like just change my token to a more boundary?
I have to. I have to make you bigger, and then you have to the mount. Yeah, no, that's annoying. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way.
Have Ciota be
Honey,
the
instead of honey, I shrunk the kids. It's honey, I blew up the gnome. All right, Ciota, as a more
Oh,
bounder, you have
wait,
70
I
feet
thought.
of movement.
Wait, who's a gnome here? I thought Ciota was a halfling.
I've literally never ever even applied Scioto as a halfling.
Welcome to the game. After 10 sessions, he asked, "Who's the?"
I don't. I don't. I remember Lou's a dwarf, but that's obvious. Ciota is like a drow hybrid of something. I forgot what race she actually was.
Yes.
Never
Anyways,
asked, probably.
Ciota, as a more bounder, you have 70 feet of movement normally. If you don't dash, what do you want to do? As you survival check.
Also,
I need
I'm
to check
never
what my vision-
awake when we do these, so I'm literally half asleep when we play these games.
As a 17, you're able to kind of look around, and it's hard to tell at first because the sand, you're not used to it, kind of makes a glare when the sun hits it because of all the silicate. It's like glass-ish in it. But you do manage to see out of the corner of your vision, like the far end of the little bit of what you can see, definitely looks like long strips of glass that are reflecting the light in almost like a rainbow-like fashion. It's very faint, but it is noticeable because it's different. And they seem to be heading kind of like this direction.
Well, Scioto would kind of like lean down into like a prowl and like shake Mashuda off of her back so that she can get kind of stealthy and stealth like just down around the corner.
You could have asked first.
Meow meow.
Yes, yes, meow, meow.
By the way, do more bounders actually meow? I've
Probably
been
not.
wanting to ask
I
this.
feel like they would
Think
make like
of it like a panther or a puma or a jaguar. They sound like that.
wow.
It's I think it's a low
Just the
growl.
weirdest cat. Just the
Disgruntled
weirdest
meow
cancer ever.
intensifies. Anyways, Ciota gets down there, and you do see, as you finally reach the beach level, you do notice a couple very peculiar shapes
Wait,
that
where is she?
look like oversized snails.
Oversized? Oh, just okay. Does she know if they're oversized?
Everybody else, what you gonna do? Meshuda,
I'm gonna go down to Ciota again. Trying to move.
you move at half speed, so you can only get like 30 feet.
Are we
Okay.
stealthing right
So
now?
just put me where I'm supposed to be. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I mounted?
Yes, you're mounted, you have 50 feet of movement.
Yeah, what is Lou mounted on? Because Straight's on the
Wolf.
Moorbounder.
He
He
said.
has a normal wolf.
Oh, I can't see Lou's character token, so I didn't know.
You said I have
It's hidden.
50?
50.
50. Can I dash?
Yes, you may.
Oh my
feet
god,
total.
he's going like I don't know where he's going.
You have to go like down here in a straight line.
Do I have
That
to? Do I have to use all of my movement? If I dash.
If you dash, it gets you over here.
You don't have to use all of it though.
Okay.
You can choose to cut it short.
I try
Dashing gets you
to.
a maximum over here.
Yeah, I will try to get as close as I can to Sioda, but try to be quiet. So do I need
Make a stealth check, but you
Yeah.
do have disadvantage. The wolf. Go to the wolf and roll the wolf's stealth with disadvantage because it's dashing.
Hmm. How do I go to the wolf?
Oh, right, I have to do that. I keep thinking I assign these things to ownership, but then it's like acts all wonky. Maybe, hold on, maybe I can set it to you. Permissions, nameless owner. Okay, try now.
Yay. Um, what was it? Stealth. Stealth. Oh, 20.
Yeah, despite the fact that you encourage your wolf buddy to dash, it's fairly quiet.
Where do I get? Yeah.
7, and then like here.
Yep. There we go. Do I
How can I stat block
see?
for a more bounder? I can't.
Drag your happy ass over too. Okay, and straight will follow. Ashida, would you accept Straight's hand if he offered it to you to jump onto his moorbounder?
Yep.
He leans down, offers a
Wonder
hand,
what
and
Night
you
Wonder
you
what
onto the
Nightshade's
back of
doing,
his
by the way.
What?
Wonder what Nightshade's doing tonight.
All right, here you all are. What are you gonna do now?
Do I see them?
You can make a perception check.
Okay.
Would
Can I see if I see any like remnants or tracks of them?
That would be a survival check specifically.
Okay.
14, 15. Lou, you do manage to just barely see one very large kind of brownish shape kind of moving a little bit away. Meshuda, you do notice several glass-like trails along the sandy floor.
Can I pick up
Um,
the glassy? Can I pick up the glassy things?
It's actually fairly thick, and as you kind of you put a little pressure to pull it up, it breaks off into a fairly decently sized, maybe 2 to 3 centimeter thick pane of glass. It refracts light into like a rainbow-esque coloration, but very faint.
Ooh.
Quite nice.
Can I make an Arcana check on this thing?
You can.
certainly can.
Okay. It's a 20.
Yeah, this definitely appears at least vaguely magical.
Can I tell like what magical properties it has, or is that another check?
You've never worked with flail snail glass, so you have no idea what it does. You just know that it's pretty.
You should call it flail snail whale, because that sounds cool.
No, it sounds gross.
Uh,
I mean,
I,
technically, it is a byproduct of snails. So
I mean,
snail
yeah, that would
trail,
make sense.
flail snail trail.
Okay, can I get the other? Can I get the other ones?
it's a whole trail.
Yes, that's why I want to
There's
get
lots
them.
of this glass. There's lots of this glass.
can I
We could use all the material we need. So
is is Sioda at in my reach?
Yeah,
She's
I was
like,
in the process of like trying to prowl forward to like peek around the corner of the rock.
yeah, Sioda was
Everyone followed
actually
me
being
into,
stealthy, and then everyone just kind of dashed after
Ooh,
her.
shiny!
So I
Yeah.
just very gently just touch Sioda and point to where I saw the
But where?
point where I saw the snail.
All right, actually, wait, hang on. I forgot I should talk to my teammate. So in character, uh, in character. Uh, hey guys, I'm gonna pick. Uh, I'm gonna pick up this material. Let me know if you see any nearby. All right, so out of character. Uh,
Guess
I
you start
just
first.
I just
So
shush Mashuda point where I saw this snail.
is the visibility on the map that I have right now accurate? Because right now it's like almost the entire map. But I don't know if it's just clear vision right now.
Technically, there's parts of the map that
Well, I'm
you
blocked
can see most
so
of the map because it's
behind the
daytime.
rocks.
Yeah,
It's
those are like very tall rock
so I
outcroppings.
see
Like
them
very
here,
tall.
right?
Yeah.
See these
does
two.
one of the rocks
Yeah.
look like a claw? I can't tell because of the shadow. Or is it, or if it's just tall.
Probably.
Also, I
But
pointed
anyways,
out the snail to you. So
yes,
yeah,
you were very
Oh,
helpful.
you
Good
did?
job.
so everyone knows where the position of the snails are.
Okay.
Roughly.
Move up a little
Okay.
bit
Hang on.
more so he
Can I
can
make a check
decide
to see like how
here.
far it is from the trail that I'm picking up from?
You could look at the former druid who prowls forward in moorbounder form and then kind of tenses up and lowers themselves as they get an eye full of snail.
I will follow the druid slowly and stealthily.
You see an eye full of snail.
I just
Straight also
pat.
moves forward,
I
and
just
all of you now see an eye full of snails.
I pat the wolf's head to just lower him a bit.
Okay. So
They kind of just like very slowly are just kind of meandering about. Does anyone make like a perception check to see if they're doing anything specific, or are you just looking at the snail
actually,
and thinking it's
I want to have a quick question. How long does this trail of material glass go?
Oh yeah, no. Now that you see them, you notice that that entire like massive area is just covered in this transparent substance.
Oh my gosh, this is a gold mine. Okay, so how far are they from us?
Perception check, Siota, because you're the only one that actually is paying attention to the snails being snails. You notice that they have their eyes hanging out, and it's too late for you. You, you're looking for glass.
Hey,
They're
I
no,
was
you were looking at
You were
glass.
looking at the glass.
Yeah,
You
we
were
You
were
very
looking
attentive to
notice
the
at
glass.
glass.
like everyone else specifically did perception checks, see what the snails were doing while you specifically asked about the glass. So,
I was actually gauging
Yoda,
how far I was actually gauging how
yes,
far the path of glass was from the snail, so I was gonna
yes,
collect
and
half
that
of
is the
it.
question, and that is the question I answered. For Sioda,
No, you didn't
as you
actually,
look at
because I just
that
made the
is
perception check, then
Let's
you
not argue
eliminated
with
it.
Karambar, please.
no. You said, "Do I see any more glass?" And I said, "Yes. Most of the beach is covered in this
And then I
glassy
said
substance."
how far is how far are they, so I could gauge how much glass I collect before we reach them.
Like,
So we haven't reached them yet by your description that you just said right now.
so if you want to
You
know the
haven't.
distance, there's 80 feet until you reach the edge of this, and it's not like completely filled with glass. It's like, there's tracks that go this way and that way and crisscross. It's not like perfectly filled with glassy substance, but it's like, messy trails of snail substance.
But like from where I'm standing, it's not just a clear path.
It's not a clear path. Like, it very much looks like they're just moving around kind of randomly, just enjoying it. Back to what
Okay.
I was saying to Sioda. As you look at these creatures, notice that they're, well, actually, since you're close enough, you all can see them because they're actually fairly big. You can see the forms of them. As a reminder, their flail eye stalks are hanging out, and they're actually kind of scooping the sand, and they're kind of like tossing clumps of muddy sand at one another and it like impacts their shell, and then they toss it back, and it impacts the shell, and then one of them goes towards the water, and kind of like leans down, and then comes back up, turns around, and kind of squirts water at the others. Seem to be
Oh, they're
playing with the
playing.
sand
Wait, hang on. How does it squirt water? I can't.
with a
Does
mouth. They have a
is it
mouth,
is it a distinguishable mouth? Really? I can't
not like
tell.
a huge one, but like they have like
Snails have
a
mouths
mouth.
too.
Yeah, it's not. It kind of blends in with the slimy body, and they're technically elemental creatures, so they're
Oh no, I meant
even
like
weirder.
since they're flail snails, are their mouths like in where the regular snail mouths would be, or are they in like the little eye things?
Yes, the eye things are specifically their eyes and flails. The mouth is the mouth. You
Okay.
Like
can't
the
see.
four little like things on the their underbelly right before
Yeah,
the stalks is probably their mouth.
Okay, I'm just gonna establish that like Mashuda's gonna like measure 4 feet, 40 feet in her mind, and like just collect glasses to that point. So if you need me, just like call me.
Wait, what?
indeed.
No! I. As soon as Mishuda just tries to move, I just try to stop him.
I
Stop
only
her.
got one piece. Come on, we need as in character. we
Make
need as
stealth
much.
checks, both of you, as you're arguing.
I'm not
So
saying
glad the other
anything, I'm just trying to stop her.
Well, I know Meshu the. Okay, whatever. Do your thing.
Am I re-rolling as
I hope
well?
you're
Are
not
you,
struggling.
wait,
I
so
hope you're
should
not
we
struggling.
should we make stealth checks? Or, oh, okay.
Okay, 20.
Yeah, maybe these. That's pretty good. That's not pretty good. Passive perception. Okay, you did really good. You did pretty badly. I'd say it kind of
Hold on, hold on,
balances
hold on,
out
hold on, hold on. Does
Yeah,
Flash
because
of
he grabbed
can
me.
because
I
the
was just
can you
moving.
distance.
use Flash of Genius for this?
I mean, would I want
Meta.
to though?
You meta. Stop it.
Would I want to though? Like,
Stop it. You Meshida starts moving towards the glass because pretty glass and worth a penny, a pretty penny, and Lou's like no, and the motions are loud, and at first the other tenses up again because it makes quite a bit of noise, but the snails don't actually seem to notice at the moment, partially because of their proximity to the water, which crashes against the sandy beach. You'd imagine it offers some form of muffling.
Mishuda, just stop. Let's just kill them first, then do whatever the fuck you want.
Sio, make another perception check as you're getting closer.
hang on, in character. I'm trying to help us. We need as much material as we can, right? So, and this stuff comes from them. So why not just grab it?
Because we can do it later, after we're done with killing them.
This is gonna fill up the box to 1,000,000. We don't even need to kill them.
This if you remember, if you pay attention, when we are talking to people, Altron specifically said we can't use the glass. It's valuable, but not that valuable. We need the shells. We can collect the glass and sell it for money, but not right now. We just have to focus on the danger because they may look cute while they're playing, but they can fuck you up. So pay attention.
I'm uh, I'm only going to go a certain distance. I'm not going to go as far where they can attack up close.
Oh my god. Let me say this a way you can understand. I am your superior
They're
officer.
they're, eight, they're
What
80
I
feet from us.
say goes. So stop. We kill them first, then you collect the glass. I do not know why this is an issue. We can collect the glass later.
Because they're 80 feet, and I will go 40 feet. That way, I can only get a little glass.
No, I'm trying to understand where you are coming from. Why do you need to collect glass now? Why can't you wait after we are
Uh,
safe?
be, uh,
Give me a good reason
because
and I We'll let you do it.
Because we are in the safe. If we are if they are 80 feet from I measured in my head. They are 80 feet from us. If I go 40 feet, then if they see me, they will come at a distance. They will come at a distance still. So if they come and attack, I will still have enough time to gauge a reaction.
The whole
Oh,
reason we are trying to do this quietly is to get the drop on them, and you want to just show yourself to them.
Out of character. Turmbart, do I know how far like a flail snail's field of vision is, or if they have eyes?
No, that is something very specific to people who've encountered them, and there honestly are not a lot of people who would bother to experiment with those kind of limits. They're mostly just focused on, oh hey, the glass is worth something. Oh hey, the shells are worth a lot of something. At this point, as you are having your lovely conversation,
Yoda
you
waiting
notice
for
the
them to stop.
flail snails kind of stop. They all look not in your direction. All their heads kind of turn to the other side. You hear like weird warbling, kind of like coming from the snails. And I don't think you're far. I don't think you can see it. But
We technically
you
can't. I
notice
guess.
some shapes starting to get closer to the snails coming from the other cliff. And the snails are starting to kind of move very, because they're very slow creatures given the snails. And they're starting to move towards in your direction.
Yoda would drop her wild shape so that she can communicate. So if you guys are done fighting about this bullshit, there are like
Actually,
these.
I was actually gonna say something. Like I was gonna say in character. In character. This. Great. This is entirely your fault, Lou. Now we gotta deal with
Well,
these
you,
things.
Mashuda, shut the fuck up.
Out of character. I was just saying like she blames Lou for everything.
No, I know, Nick. Mashuda from Siota. Mashuda.
35, 40,
There are a
40.
bunch
Hold
of
on,
these
hold on,
exotic
hold on!
dog
Don't
looking
move!
55,
things
Don't move
60,
that!
coming
Don't
around the
move that! I
cliff.
want to do something.
10,
We're
50,
gonna do
Lou
something.
just
Come on.
40,
rushes in.
45,
Lou
50,
rushes in.
55, 60.
Lou rushes in. Lou casts
Yeah,
haste on itself.
Mashuda.
Lou casts Lou casts haste on himself and rushes in because
Go ahead and roll initiative.
Um. I look at Ciota
hold on.
say like in character. Can you still turn into an animal? We need to get there quick.
I'm not going to. I could.
You notice this thing, lots of these little fuckers. Lou, make a history check. You specifically, because these things don't have any records about them. And Big Boy leading them.
Are they
If
from
you weren't
God
looking at the
Eater?
ground for like 15 minutes, it'd be fine. These things aren't that scary.
I have no idea what the fuck these things are, and
No,
you
I
just
know.
notice lots of teeth.
I know. 19. I use lucky.
All right,
You don't know what these
Mashuda's
things are.
running.
Again, I don't know. With the 19,
But because you've never encountered them specifically,
but
I've heard a couple stories from most of like the lower Star Scouts and like a few people you've met in the organization, like lower Star mostly. These things don't have a name, not really, but they're well known because they are wolfish in nature. Except that's kind of where the similarities end, as you can see from the images. Their bodies are completely different and warped by the magic of the Ashen Wastes, and the little ones, the big ones are deadly physically. The little ones are deadly because they have a very poisonous sort of breath attack. Not very friendly. As they start charging towards the flail snails, that's where we're gonna start combat. Yay!
Excuse me to remember. If I dash, how far can I go?
You have a movement speed of 30 feet, so dash is another 30 feet.
No, I meant like I don't know the grid measurements, like so I don't know how far I can go.
So if you hold the control key and then you click and you drag. It
Ooh.
should make a line.
Ooh, I did really good. 23.
I'm just gonna
Lou,
find it
I
here.
just wanna say, Lou is
Incredible.
useless out of combat. When combat rolls around, he's a fucking death machine.
How the hell? Oh,
That is
right.
that is very true. Yes.
I mean, you are the charisma of the
That's
group.
the whole thing of paladins, really.
So you cast haste as your action and you dashed as your bonus. Okay.
Yeah, so because I used it before engaging, so I have like 4 attacks now, right?
Oh wait, is dash my
Um,
bonus action?
No, you have 2 attacks as an action. No, dash is an action unless you're a rogue or a goblin.
No, I have
Uh,
3 attacks now, right?
you have 3
And-
attacks normally, but you
And how
use
did
your
he
full
dash as a
movement
bonus
and your
action?
action because he has haste. He can dash as a haste action.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I dashed.
So your
Okay.
action was to cast haste. Your haste action was to dash. So now you have a bonus action.
Mm,
Oh.
It
Make sure you don't cast any concentration spells or haste will end, which skips your turn.
I have a question. I did it before engaging in combat. It doesn't count as a free action?
No, haste is a spell. Dash is an action. Or a haste action.
Oh, I dashed. Right. I'm
Yes.
stupid. Let me
Uh,
see.
uh,
Bonus action.
Actually, hold on. Wait. Actually, no, because mount is different. So no, you cast haste as an action.
Yep.
You used a bonus action to commit. No, this is not even a bonus action, actually. No, your mount moves and it uses the dash action on its turn normally. So you used your haste as an action to cast. Your mount used its full movement and its action to dash. So you still have a haste action and a bonus action. Action economy is really weird, guys. I need Meshida and Sioda to roll initiative for me. Oh wow, Straight
You
actually
did.
got really well. Got an
Okay,
initiative too.
how do I click initiative
At least I
again?
did.
Oh,
Which one
19.
is it?
Nice.
Oh no, I didn't. There we go.
I'm
Six.
trying to
Yay.
find it.
To the fist.
Oh, wait.
Do I want
Sad initiative.
to? Never mind.
No, I meant like how do I roll
Let
initiative? Like
me.
I'm trying to find the thing.
Yeah, no, when you go to the
Ooh.
There it is. Okay.
Nope.
where's
Nope.
the 3d6 coming from? Oh, I know what's going on. There's an error. I don't know why they include that. Technically, it says that in the SRD, the system reference document says that a life stealing does 10 extra 3d6 damage when you crit, but it doesn't. So it shouldn't be in there. So it's just 7 piercing.
Yeah. So that was I was like, wow, I did a 7 plus 15. That's nice.
Yeah,
But
no,
nope,
sorry.
not.
That's
Mm,
yeah.
I guess.
I don't know why that did that. I thought I fixed that. Anyways,
Uh,
initiative rolls except for poor Umnia. Your appearance and sudden attacking with the wolves frightens the shit out of the snails, and they're just now quivering, just kind of like.
are they moving or just?
They're not moving because it's not their turn because combat started, but like they are very clearly feeling threatened, as they should.
Num 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 num. Do I know how much life these things have? Like
Nope.
from the stories, are they like tough or?
They are bigger than they're bigger than your wolf mount, and they're meaner than your wolf. They're probably tougher than your wolf too.
I will do a second. Uh, yeah,
12 extra damage.
second
You hit it
level.
extra hard. Oh, right. So an extra d8.
Yeah, second level. I need another D8. D8.
One
Yep.
more time.
7
You
plus
hit it
16.
right on the right. It like you hit towards its face, and it like dodges out of the way slightly. Well, actually, yeah, 25 hits. Duh. You hit and it turns and you hit it right on its shoulder, and the divine smite hits, and you cleave through most of that part of its shoulder, and it roars in pain. Still standing, but it is very heavily wounded. So They're not impossibly tough like those creatures back in Unfaros, but they are tougher than your average beast.
Yep. Yeah. I have a bonus action. Do I
They're also
do
much
it?
bigger than you.
Oh, wait, where is Siota? Has she moved at all?
She's
Not
over
my turn.
here. She used the before combat. She had remember she turned out. She left wild shape and she was looking around. But yeah, her turn isn't yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What's the combat order? Oh, you're playing a straight.
Where is the beat
combat?
guy?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not in 10 feet of it.
Still.
guess.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
The
Yeah.
big is
Yeah, you're right in front of the thing.
no. The big guy, not the
Oh
small
no,
one.
yeah, the big guy is like a full movement away.
Yeah,
This
60 feet.
this one was the closest.
Yeah, nah, never mind. I will do. I wanted to do Valve Amenity, but never mind.
Okay, now then, it is now Meshula's turn.
Okay. Shoot, where'd it go? Can't find my token.
Where's my balls? My balls.
Terumbo, I think my token got moved. I don't know where I am.
Here.
What? I moved 60 feet before.
Wait, when? Like before combat started? Did you move, or
Yeah.
when I was talking about
Yeah.
the wolves?
It's here. It's here. You're.
Okay. So sorry. Let me get you back. So over here.
Actually, I stopped him from moving, so that's where he is.
No,
Well, no combat. No combat started when you got over there, and I was like we gotta help them. So I ran. So I ran as soon as as soon as like you ran.
Well,
And that got me there because I'm slower than you. So.
Actually, if you want to do it that way, then my haste uh, would have gone before getting into the view.
combat
So
started.
yeah, it would
When the
have been a
wolves
free
appeared,
action.
combat started. So before anyone got the chance to move, the wolves appeared, and then Luke cast haste and started doing his stuff. Now it's Meshula's turn to.
For me, when you say like roll initiative, that's when I think combat starts. Sorry.
Well, I mean, me, the speed of conversation is not the fastest thing in the world. So there's like a time disconnect. But yes, when combat started, the lesser wolves are like they're the size of more bounders. They're just spikier.
So like medium sized?
They're large. They're the size of the moorbounder.
Large? Oh, okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
Lots of sharp teeth. They like everything about them is screams edgy because they're literally sharp. Their teeth are sharp. Their fins on the back are sharp. They even have like a spike coming out of the bottom of their chins that are sharp. These things are not beasts. They are.
Okay.
Closer to
Hey,
monstrosities.
if I use an infusion, is that a bonus action or an action?
Well, I mean, well, depends on the infusion. What infusion?
I was gonna use the homunculus infusion.
That is technically okay. So technically, infusions are done at the end of a long rest. You infuse. I will let you have your homunculus, which you can technically control as a bonus action. Oh my goodness, this thing's tiny. It's tiny.
The homunculus?
Yeah, it's tiny. Literally tiny. Here. Size tiny.
How tall is it compared to me?
It's like 5 inches. Like the size of a rat at most.
It's
Like
supposed to fit in your palm.
That's stupid. Why is it that small?
Because it's tiny.
Didn't you read your class book thing?
I did, but I didn't look at it for 5 hours or something. I still have school, so I had to do homework.
I mean, it's so small that your cursor is actually the same
Where's
size
the
of it.
homunculus? Where's the homunculus stats? I can't.
It's
find
right
it.
next to you.
It's here.
No. I'm trying to find the homunculus stats because I don't. 5 inches sounds kind of weird for a homunculus.
It's here. It's a tiny sized construct, so it's the size of a rat at most.
Question for DM. From how badly this guy that is in front of me looks, if I hit it again, will he die?
Looks pretty injured from that one hit. So you hit it decently hard. Obviously not as hard as you can hit it, but like you hit it pretty hard, and it seems to like not react like it's nothing. Not like, oh, I can do this all day. It looks like, ow, the fuck, man.
Not like that other motherfuckers.
Like Captain America.
Whatever we did, he was like, nope.
Captain America.
Hold on. I didn't use my bonus action. Can I use bonus action to do my vial of purple worm on my weapon?
Yes, you can apply like one coat, which will be good for like one swing, because like a quick, just kind of like dash the bottle onto the sword. One swing. Your next swing will have purple worm acid.
No, it says 5 weapon attacks.
Is a bonus action? Roll it.
It just says 5
Roll it.
weapon. Let me just roll it.
In coat one slashing or piercing weapon. So usually in like official coating rules is like it takes a minute to coat a weapon. Like make sure the weapon's like fully coated, and that'll be good for 5 swings.
So
if you want to do a bonus action that's like a quick like throw some acid onto the sword, it'll be good for like 1 swing.
nah, I will do it maybe next time.
It's like your smite spell. If you're gonna use a bonus action, it's extra quick. Just like get some acid on there for the immediate next attack. You know.
Can I if I use bonus action, can I add that damage to the same guy that I was attacking?
You have to do it before you attacked it.
I didn't know about bonus action. Okay, I will do it next time.
Yeah, I should write it down. But anyways, yes.
Yep.
Technically, you're not even allowed to use a bonus action, but I do allow stuff like that because it makes it more fun. Anyways,
Yeah.
it is your turn. Measure that it is your turn.
I was hey, I'm gonna type this in like the Discord, so it's easier to ask. But I'm just gonna dash, because I'm pretty far. It looks like.
We're currently on the Moorbounder that Straight is controlling, so.
Oh, okay. So how far can the Moorbounder go?
The Moorbounder can move much faster than you.
So I meant like how far can it go?
It can go 70 feet without dashing.
Okay, then.
And it goes 140 feet when it does dash.
All right, let's go to 70 feet for now.
On his turn, he'll move them out because he has to move it on his turn.
Oh, Straight has to move the mount?
Because he is in control of the mount.
Okay,
Mounted combat rules. There's rules for everything.
okay.
Okay.
So, I mean, you're at a pretty far distance, so what are you going to do?
You could probably cast a spell or something.
Maybe hold
Probably
it.
something that buffs yourself or your allies.
Do you have any combat music?
Most attack spells don't have a range of 150 feet or more, so kind of they'd have an issue with that at the moment.
I think it's the range on Magic Missile. Magic Missile is really long.
Go 120.
Ah. Okay. Nick?
So hear me,
What you gonna do?
guys?
Yeah.
I can't hear you. What?
You can't hear
Guys?
anybody?
Wait a second. Yeah, say something. Say something. Someone.
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now. I
Good.
don't know
What
what
are
the
you
heck
gonna
just
do?
happened.
Sounds
Oh, it's my
weird.
turn again.
It's your turn right now, yes? Because you
Oh,
haven't
right, because you're
declared-
Straight. And,
Yes, so I'm moving immediately after you. and
wait, what the
he'll
heck
be
did
able to-
Nameless do? I only heard Omnia.
I didn't do anything. I haven't taken an action yet.
Her turn is really late in the combat order.
Oh, oh right, because I can't do anything because I'm on the mount.
You could dismount the mount, or you could cast a
You
buffing
could,
spell.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
have
mean, okay,
options.
what spell reaches that far though?
Nothing.
There's if you're not a sorcerer, there's almost no spell that reaches farther than 120 feet, unless you have the specific.
Well, how
There's
far is like the nearest wolf-looking thing?
155 feet.
Okay, so yeah, there's nothing I can cast here. I mean,
You can cast a buff spell or something similar.
hang on, if I enlarge my homunculus, does that just make it bigger?
It makes it bigger. Yeah, it would become small, so the size of Siota. Smaller than Siota, but within the same size category.
Wait, really? I thought it would be the same size as Yoda. Wait, does it say how much enlarge it enlarges, or does it just say it
It does.
enlarges?
It does. Like there is a specific number, but it's not going to be the same size as her, but it's going to be pretty close.
Oh, okay. Do I wanna? No, no. Okay. I'm gonna. I mean, they're already prepared. So I guess I'm just gonna do nothing. Wait for Straight to take off on the Moorbounder, and I guess summon my homunculus.
It is quite unfortunate that he moved before you. Actually, you know what you can do. You can hold an action for when he moves, so that after he moves, you'll do one thing. So
Oh,
you
okay.
could.
Yeah, I was
I
wondering
forgot
if I
about
could
that.
do like something like that.
You can like pick a spell you want to cast, and when he moves closer, then you cast the spell. What are you gonna do?
Um, uh, Wait. Should I? I mean, like you mean like for my hold action?
Yes, so holding an action means you're gonna cast a spell when Straight moves within range of one of the wolves.
Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
creatures.
so I'll use Thorn Whip when we're in range. Or wait, actually, hang on.
Okay.
Wait, one second, one second. Thorn Whip. I'll use Thorn Whip. But I still have the homunculus, so. The homunculus is a bonus action, right? Can I hold that action as well, or does that not work like that?
You would have to hold an action spell, and you would only ever basically when Straight moves and you cast it, that's it. You don't get a full turn. You're just casting the one spell.
Oh, so I can't like hold a bonus action as well. Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead, Umnia. Or actually, wait, I guess Straight.
Straight, yeah.
No. What are you gonna cast?
I said Thorn Whip.
Okay. Well, okay.
Like
Making sure.
when we get in range, I will cast Thorn Whip.
So
But
the
I
Moorbounder
already made
will
the homunculus.
dash. Straight wants to get in combat, so it's actually gonna dash pretty much here. Neom. And we're in range. And well, I mean, technically, he could be over here when you cast the spell if you wanted. Before closing the distance further.
Nick,
Wait, say that again. I can't see where you're
You
pointing.
can cast the spell where you are now, or you can cast the spell when you're like in front of the creature, which is fine.
I'll wait till we get in front of the creature.
We're now in front of the creature.
Okay. I mean, I could have waited till Straight's next turn. You don't have to move it up. All right. Okay, so I will click Thorn Whip.
Okay. 10, unfortunately, you kind of like throw it, and it kind of like lashes around one of the large spikes along its back, but it doesn't deal any damage because it's more of a bony protrusion than anything with sensation. Nothing happens. Straight will take his turn to unleash his fighting prowess with a mighty smack. Actually, I can make this a public roll. He attacks with his new weapon.
19.
Hits. The creature is injured. It is wounded.
Ouch.
9. Okay. And then because he is a fighter man, he's gonna attack it again.
10.
It also hits.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
And he wounds it a second time. Okay. And that'll be his turn. He will save his action surge because that's a precious resource.
As always is.
Okay, now for the creature's turns, because the creatures are invisible in the initiative tracker. Flail snails are gonna move, and this one's gonna move away 5, 10, and then it's gonna dash 5, 10.
Oh, are any of the flail snails gonna fight? That'd be awesome.
This little buddy, wolf that you guys have been smacking on indiscriminately, is very angry with you. And it unleashes its poison breath in a 15-foot cone.
Ha! Ha! Poison doesn't affect me.
Yes, you are immune. Unfortunately, your companions are not.
Does that poison proc Sentinel?
You need to make a... No, it's not an attack roll. It's a saving throw type thing. You need to make... well, Lou, you make a Constitution saving throw with advantage, as it is poison.
Wait, can my homunculus get poisoned? I'm not sure on
No,
that.
it is immune to poison.
17.
It is a construct. It's immune to poison. Lou, nope, 14.
17.
14 barely succeeds. You take half as much damage on a success. So you only take... I don't know why it's giving me trouble. Technically it should be ankle downwards. You take 10 points of poison damage.
Wow. Wait,
Straight, and his Moorbounder must roll... Straight succeeds. 10. Moorbounder, wait, no. It's a +3 from you, so it actually succeeds,
yep.
taking 10 as well.
Cool. Cool.
Let me fix his health. Okay. And then we'll make one attack with its massive jaws. Bites towards Lou. It unfortunately misses on a nat 1. It kind of bites, but you just kind of like smack it on the side of its very large teeth with your sword, and it forces its head to snap to the side. Next flail snail buddies. They are let's see, these two. 5, 10, 5, 10. This wolf is going to move 5. Actually, no, it's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. It will begin to attack the snail. Makes 3 attacks, 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. Incredibly, the first 2 attacks actually glance off the snail's pretty thick shell, but the final claw attack actually comes through and it scratches. It makes a rent along the very edge of its shell and cuts through the shell slightly and pierces and cuts across the snail's body, dealing pretty decent damage.
DM, I can't find my Sentinel feed. Did you remove it?
I don't think I did. Hold on.
Wait, should I roll initiative? Wait, no, I don't roll initiative for my homunculus.
You already rolled
I can-
initiative. It moves immediately after you. So it's on your turn.
Oh,
Oh, it did. Hold on. Let me put that back. Weird. Maybe when I was fixing the alert feed, I accidentally pressed that button. That's why.
Maybe.
There you go. You have it back. Sorry about that.
I can send you now.
When a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you, and that target doesn't have this feat, you can use your reaction to make away the weapon attack. It used its breath, which is not an attack, and then it made a bite attack against you.
Mm-hmm.
Missed. The Sentinel is not procced. I will say that this snail with just that one claw that got through does actually look fairly injured, and you do notice a large angry gash along the bottom edge of its shell.
Considering what Ultron said, uh, is the shell ruined completely, or can we still
He
use it?
said as little damage as possible, which looks like is going to be a problem as the big boy pushes forward.
can
And
can I use cure wounds on it? Does that work like that?
cure wounds would heal bleeding wounds. It wouldn't really heal a shell because a shell isn't a living creature.
What
I
about
mean, it's
mending?
part of the thing, though, isn't
2,
it?
3.
Would mending might have an effect. I don't know.
Ooh,
Damn. Does anyone have mending?
ooh. Yeah, if you have mending, that might work. Which might be a good thing as this creature pounces forward and reaches with its massive jaws opening wide, and it clamps down on the top of the shell and bites so hard the shell splinters underneath its jaw, and then it tears it away with its mouth, and then it lashes its claw towards that open hole in the creature's shell. And let me double check. Throw that on.
Talking is a free action, right?
Yeah, no, that snail immediately drops to 0 as its shell gets absolutely decimated.
How many shells did we need?
We didn't. In character.
4?
We. He
5.
he didn't say.
He said
Wait.
5, at least.
He did he?
Yes, because that is a lot of soul crystals. The more shells, the better. 5 is the minimum.
Okay, in character. Does anyone know mending?
It is now the... Oh, right, another Wolfie boy. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It will... I know
I don't care.
it'll dash just to, like, get in front. 5, 10,
I
15,
just love
20,
how like nobody answered the
35,
shooter. They're all just standing there
40.
Like my
watching.
Well, I
character
mean,
is like 80 feet away from you. Probably didn't hear you because it's not like you were like
imagine
loud.
imagine
Wait, I
asking
thought
if
Seattle was.
anyone...
Oh, I forgot Seattle
Imagine
was still far away from us.
Imagine asking if anyone knows a specific spell as a bunch of massive wolves are starting to kill the things you were sent here to kill specifically so that you didn't destroy the shell. These wolves are not very
Hypothetically,
nice.
if
Wait.
Ciota is able to hear you, she would not respawn but look at you like you offended her.
Lou,
Speaking of, it is now the druid's turn finally after
I'm actually
massacre.
surprised Blue doesn't know mending though. Like I'm.
The paladin, they don't get cantrips.
They don't.
Nope.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Paladin's magic is I smite or heal or a haste because that's what he's been doing all game.
Oh yeah.
don't hate the haste. Haste is a good spell, man.
Haste
Oh
is
yeah.
very
Haste.
Ciota
good.
Oh yeah. Haste
would
is an
move up
awesome spell.
30 feet
I just
and
didn't use it.
cast Conjure
I just don't have it.
Animals and
Very good spell.
make a giant boar.
Ooh.
An army of
Wait.
boars.
Just one giant boar.
Just is it CR2 or lower?
CR2. Challenge rating is 2. I can send you the cheat.
No,
At least
I
that's what
have
Roll20 says. I'm assuming Roll20 is.
I have an app for that. Yeah, there's an app for everything.
There's an
Okay,
app
so
for that.
There's
creatures
always.
and
I mean,
then
some apps are scams though.
giant boar CR2
Yeah.
porting.
And I
Where
do
are you
it
gonna
30
summon it?
feet, about like
Anywhere
right on
within
the
60
cusp.
feet, I think.
60 feet. I thought it was 30.
Isn't the range of the spell 60? 60 feet. Anywhere in
Lost it.
60 feet.
That'd make it cool. In that case, let me see here. I would do it like right underneath the moorbounder here.
Massive boar, the size of a moorbounder, maybe a little bit bigger and much hairier.
Wait,
It
how'd she
appears next
conjure
to her
that
walls.
there? Is that how?
Because
Uh,
magic.
Because he can walk. Jeez. Okay.
Oh no, I didn't see that Ciota moves. My bad.
Goodness
um.
gracious.
So, do they act immediately? I think, right
After your turn.
after my turn. Okay. So
Oh, actually, if you summon it a little bit farther back, it could charge.
yeah, that was what I was aiming to
Okay,
do.
so let me. Which one are you trying to aim for?
This one behind it.
Okay, so that's fine. So the
Is that a
boar
straight up?
gets summoned. The sand itself kind of rises up, fills with water, and takes the shape of a boar, and solidifies. And no longer becomes mud and sand; it becomes an actual creature, which kind of pats its hoof along the ground and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and it charges.
Fuck him up! Fuck him up!
I don't know why that showed up in public. That's weird. Okay, so actually, the boar does a lot of damage.
Yeah, that was decent.
Boar,
I mean,
boar, boar.
I don't know if you can see that. I'm pretty sure you can see that damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7, but
2d6.
there's more damage. There's more damage that goes into it. That's just the charge. I know he knocks right into this creature, and it has to make a strength save. Which it succeeds. It is not knocked prone, but it does take the damage, and it is now focused on the boar.
And as a bonus action, I would cast nothing because I can't do that. Never mind. I'm good.
Exactly. Job on remembering.
Yes. And
Um,
that's it for my turn.
hey, to remember, quick question: is the boar bigger or smaller than this thing?
The boar is the same, like around the same size. Technically, a little bit bigger because it's more wide.
They're all
5,
large.
10.
Okay, I just meant height wise. Okay, continue. Sorry.
They are large and can be written. If that's what you're
Wolfie
asking.
boy, 5, 10, 15, 20. And this Sneal
Did it succeed on the charge, by the way? The
did.
strength saving throw?
Did.
Okay. Cool.
It is not.
Okay.
By the
This
way, how
last
come
Sneal
we can only see our initiatives?
5, 10. Because I found a way to make the other initiatives invisible.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
on, didn't you say that 7 was just the charge?
Yeah, that was just
The
from the
charge
bonus
damage.
damage from the charge. Because charge does bonus damage.
So when Ciota's turn goes away, it's the boar's turn. Did you do the
That's what
boar's?
happened. It happens immediately after her.
So it was just the
No,
But
charge.
she
damage.
cast,
BRB.
but she summoned it, and then it attacked. And that's its
Ah,
turn.
okay. I thought the charge was like movement or something.
Round 2, Nameless, it's your turn.
Yum yum.
Go name, let's go. Go name, let's go.
I will attack this guy. Hold on. If I attack this guy, then move, can I use my 2 other attacks?
Yes.
Okay, then I attack this guy once. I have to get used to this. Let's go with the longest one. 24.
24 does hit, and looks extremely wounded, and you also notice that it is still bleeding out thanks to Straight's weapon, and it is very weak looking. Got like the last wisp of life.
Okay, then I will move to here.
It will make an attack of opportunity against you.
Doesn't matter.
It does hit for 12 points of piercing damage with its
Sentinel.
claws. No, it hit you.
Oh, right. Again, stupid. I'm stupid. How much?
Not hitting your wolf.
How
12
much?
points of piercing.
12.
12 points of piercing.
So 77.
And let's see if I'm doing this right. I am. Okay. You need to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on a spell, because concentration on spells is weird.
19 plus
You're
3.
fine. You're totally fine. The DC is technically like 10 or something.
Yeah.
Okay. You are fine.
Let me.
Meshuda, it is your turn.
I'm not
No,
done.
sorry. Wait, he still has a bunch of stuff. You still have
Yeah.
an action. Here we go.
Bonus action Hunter's Mark on the big guy.
Okay, roll it. It's a concentration spell.
Is it? Alright, so
Give yourself the spell slot back.
yeah. Hmm. I will do one of my channel divinities.
Okay.
On the big guy. And
You have advantage on attack rolls against the big boy.
I will attack twice.
22 and 26 both hit.
Yep. Let's put to level hold on. Yeah, level 2s into it. So let me find it. Divine Smite.
Whose turn is it? Oh, it's Lou's. Okay.
Yeah. So 2 level 1 smites or 2 level 2 smites?
Level 2.
Okay. That's a lot. Make sure to mark 2 second level spells off.
I did.
Okay. Let's see.
Let me calculate that
is-
shit.
8 plus 6 is 14, plus 8 is 22, plus 13 is 35, plus 2 is 37, plus 3 is 40.
Yeah, 40 points of damage.
The creature is quite significantly hurt.
Yeah. I'm done.
Okay, now it's Meshuda's turn.
Okay, so. So can I get the one right here while I'm on the Moorbound, or do I have to get off to hit it?
You can hit it because you're technically in the same space. I just put you there for ease of reference.
Oh, okay.
Thing is on like a sliver of health, and it is bleeding very profusely. You have reason to believe it's going to die very soon.
Okay. I'm gonna use.
I mean, like, you have reason to believe it's going to die even if you don't hit it.
Oh. Okay, then I'll just use Sword Burst.
Roll it. All other creatures within 5 feet of you must succeed on a dex save or take force damage. I am going to be nice and say the mount's not affected, so...
Yeah, because I'm on the Moorbounder, so it doesn't really make sense.
Well, because the Moorbounder's technically large. It's weird. Anyways. The creature fails and drops to 0. Had 1 HP.
Nice.
That is your action.
Wait,
what are you gonna...
I clicked something weird. What the heck happened? Okay, there we go. Alright, never mind. So who's next?
It is.
Oh wait, no, my homunculus. By homunculus. Shoot.
Yes, you can command it as a bonus action.
Alright, what's its moves? I need to find the character sheet. 1 second. I forgot to pull it up. Okay.
Your homunculus servant has a movement speed of 20 feet, a fly speed of 30 feet, and makes 1 attack. Or it can channel a spell. You have to cast a spell, which is
Okay. Oh, okay. So I can. Wait. So I have to touch it first, and then it must cast a spell, or I'm confused. It says a
no.
ring.
You would have to cast a spell, but you can't because you already cast a spell as an action, which is yeah.
And is the evasion a reaction, or do I have to tell it to evade?
The evasion is whenever it makes a dex save. You can have it do its force strike.
Okay, so that's the only thing I can do right now.
Cool. 13 on what's it attacking?
1 second. Let me zoom out a second. I was the one by the boar.
Okay.
Can I reach that?
So a 13 would miss. It would punch the creature, but because it's being attacked by Lou, the creature kind of flicks its body, and it bats the homunculus away, and it does not get a hit.
A 13 doesn't hit that one.
No. Okay, that is your turn fully now, because that was your action and your bonus action to command. Okay, now it is Straight's turn, and he will have his Moorbounder cut off this one over here. And he will do his smacking. 1 and a 2. Oops. I rolled the wrong one. Here we go. 2. The first attack hits, but not the second attack. And he wounds the creature.
Nice.
That's what his weapon is. Alrighty.
Let's remember a quick question. By the way, if I have a quick question, should I type in chat, or
If you
should
have a question, you can ask it.
Okay.
Over here.
So if an AC hit matches, does it go to the attacker or the defender? This is a rule that I've tried and been wrapped my head around for a long time.
If you hit something and you roll an attack roll, if the
And
result
it's the same as its AC.
hits, if it meets, it succeeds, and that's the same for saving throws as well. If it meets, it succeeds.
Okay.
If the AC is 16 and you roll a 16, you'll hit.
It hits. If you roll a 15, you miss.
Oh, okay. I thought it always went to the defender. I didn't know if it went to the
No,
attacker.
meets succeeds in 5th edition. Earlier editions, it becomes more of a problem, but in 5th edition, as long as you hit the exact number or higher, you're fine. All right. Flail Snail. This one's gonna 5'10". 5'10". Creature number 1 is 0 HP, which is good. Flail Snails. These buddies are gonna 5'10". 5'10". This boy over here is gonna attack Lou. It'll use a poison breath as... No, you know what? No, because you hit it really hard, so it's gonna go all out on you. 1
I
bite,
didn't hit that
2
guy.
claws. Sorry,
Hit the big guy.
got hit by the boar, so it'll actually attack the boar. Never mind. So
Can I
the
use
health on the
Sentinel?
boar.
Does that count as my
Read
ally?
read Sentinel before you call it every time. Read it. Read it.
Is a creature if it attacks a creature other than you in a 5 feet? It doesn't say it has to be an
Roll
ally
Sentinel.
or not.
Roll Sentinel. A creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against a target other than you. So yes, you can use your Sentinel reaction. The creature's attacks do go through. All 3 hit. Let's see. That's... Wow. The boar is still alive.
Wow.
Oh.
That's-
If it gets hit below 10 damage or less, I reduce it to 0. It's one for funsies.
Relentless is a good thing. I think you rolled the wrong sword.
No.
And only the first. Are you doing a lucky on that?
Yeah.
Wait, actually, no. You can't use your longsword because you're using your other sword, and you have your shield equipped.
So let me just. Never mind then.
Is it a free action to swap out your sword?
Yay! That's a 20.
And to drop a shield is a free object interaction, but you have to take that on your turn.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
natural 20, 10 plus 6. The creature is still alive, but it is very injured.
It's 10 plus 6 plus an extra
Oh,
10.
plus 10, and you get
Yeah.
10 extra temporary hit points. Still alive, extremely hurt.
No. It says 10 extra necrotic damage.
Yes, it is still alive. It is extremely hurt.
So it's a total of 26.
Yes, it's still alive. It is extremely hurt.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to wrap around my own weapon. I don't want.
Still alive, and it's extremely hurt.
I'm-
And you have 10 temporary HP.
okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I was trying to understand what the hell happened.
It's still alive. And extremely hurt.
Is the question whether or not the number, like the extra 10, is factored into the number at the
Yes,
Yeah.
it's still alive.
No, the question was, do I just add another 10 to it, or is the 10
I
here
added.
is the
I
one?
added the 10 because
Yeah.
it's yeah, 510 and then 510. Okay.
The
Boy,
guy being is
which
stay
got
alive.
hit by you, and it's extremely hurt, and it gives you a full taste of exactly what killed the snail. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh. Because you have haste, the first attack actually misses.
Why?
Second attack, however, because you have haste,
I know.
increases your armor class.
Right.
The second attack is a crit
Ow!
for 23 piercing damage with its claws,
So
and the third attack is a hit for another 16 points of piercing damage with its claws.
13 plus 16. Very nice. 13 plus 16. 29.
Okay. That'll be its turn.
At least it's not attacking the snails.
Okay.
Means it-
Okay, that is right. This one. I think the one that did I say the one over here moves?
No, you said it attacked.
That one already moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
it
one already attacked.
attacked.
So
Yeah.
this one over here is gonna move.
Wait a second. How are we planning on carrying this the snail shells? What did we have to carry them?
That's an excellent question for afterwards.
Oh yeah, sorry. Um.
Well, I made a mistake.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm confused. Nameless just went, right? Wasn't it my turn?
Nope. That was a reaction, not a.
Oh, he was his reaction.
Oh, okay.
Okay, these buddies. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. And then, actually, 75, and then 80, and then 75. Oh no, 80. They're closing in. A Ciola's turn.
All right. Um, So, let's see.
Everybody smack the paladin. Smack.
Actually, Mashuda's laughing because she doesn't really like Lou.
Feeling is mutual.
We know.
Yeah.
We don't like
Yes.
each other at all.
We know.
Yeah.
We
Mashuda
know.
thinks Lou is bossy, and Lou just thinks Mashuda's
What would you like to
lame.
do, Siola?
Alright, I'd probably walk up. Well, yeah. So, fuck. It would be. I'd move up 30 feet,
Okay.
as one does, and I.
She's just approaching menacingly.
Yeah.
He's just approaching menacingly.
What's she gonna do? Damn magic casters.
I'm gonna read the entire bestiary.
Oh, magic cast.
Here we go again.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Okay. Fuck. I'll just go with. It's not gonna. Every time I do it, I end up getting disappointed, but I guess I'll wild shape into a giant spider.
Why do you
Yes, do it.
Sand spiders.
do it? Do
It's
it.
just neat.
Do it.
I just want to, like, hit them with my webs. And it's not gonna work, but I just want to try really
I think
bad.
it's your action to wild shape.
It is.
What's the difference between like using a web as a spider and using web as a spell?
You
Concentration.
use, when you use a web as a spider, it's not a concentration thing.
No, I mean like property wise, like the actual attack.
It lasts longer.
Okay.
Like, I can roll rep for you if you just want to read it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Not actually doing it just so that you can see it.
Yep.
Yeah. So my action is to do that thing. It's 30 feet reach. Yeah, I'd aim for this guy with my web. I could. But I can't roll for it unless you want me to figure it out.
Is it a bonus action to web as a spider?
Mm.
So range up and attack. Okay. Never mind.
I will get rid of this.
For the boar, I guess I'd have him move down 15 feet and then diagonally 20 feet to ram this guy. Not diagonally, but horizontally.
Well, let's hope that the opportunity attack doesn't kill him.
I didn't finish reading. Sorry.
And claws. Ooh, nope. The boar is hit. The boar is dead.
Is it 10 damage or less? Aye.
It is 10 damage. Never mind. It's still alive.
That's what I thought. That's why I did it.
That's a fucking
Okay.
chunky
It's
motherfucker.
40 movement feet, right? So it'll go here.
Now the.
It has to move 20 feet in a straight
No,
line.
yeah, I
for
was gonna move
charge to work.
straight down 15 feet and then diagonally 20.
Oh, it's still 20. Okay, I wasn't
Not
sure.
diagonally, but horizontally.
Okay, so 5.
Yeah.
It like charges. Tusks. With an extra 2d6 added on top. Because he's angry. He's an angry boar.
That's one less.
By the way, I forgot to ask, how well can you guys hear
Ooh.
me? Because I'm on my earbud
I
mic.
can hear you. We also hear when you move and it makes the mic do crinkle sounds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's because I'm on the wire. Sorry.
The boar unfortunately misses. It like charges, and the big monster dude, which is huge size, so it's bigger than all of you, lifts a massive paw and it slams the boar's face into the sandy floor so that the charge does nothing.
Wait, there's one that's bigger than the others? Oh shit.
Yes, this boy is huge. Literally huge. He's like
Chunky.
10 feet long. Well, no, he's like, hold on, what's...
No,
Huge sized
the board's
creatures
chunky.
are... Yeah, huge sized creatures are at least 16 feet in one axis. So it's like a almost 18-foot long monster wolf. It's like 8 feet tall. It's huge.
By the way, did you find these guys from God Eater? I'm getting God Eater vibes from them.
Yeah.
No,
Where
it's
are
not from
you?
God Eater. They're from Final Fantasy 13.
Oh my
Ah,
god. I was getting Final Fantasy vibes, but I wasn't sure.
Okay,
There's
so
some red
Siola,
dots.
that's your turn.
Yep.
Flail snail. This flail snail is actually, you know what? Hold on. Actually, no, it's this flail snail. Gonna 5, 10, 5, 10. This
Technically, I
wolfy
think that
boy
dog. Yeah.
is gonna turn around and look at Straight and Meshuda, and it's going to make a poison attack.
That dog could
And
have gotten an attack of opportunity on the snail.
no, the snail moved around it because the snail was.
Doesn't he have reach because he's large?
no.
Uh,
This guy is medium. This guy is large.
no.
No,
All the
that guy's
wolves are
huge. That
large.
guy's
The
large.
big one's huge.
Oh, my
So
Uh,
bad.
large creatures, no, large creatures. So medium and large creatures can only normally affect within 5 feet of them. Huge and bigger is when they can start having bigger reaches. So huge creatures have a reach of 10 feet.
okay.
Bigger
Carry on.
creatures have even more. They get nuts. Anyways, so it managed to skirt around, and
Be safe.
I said I got there. Saved. This wolf is going to turn around and use its poison breath on Straight and the Warbounder. Warbounder.
Wait, where is my homunculus? I don't know where it went.
I think you sent it. Well, technically over here, but you sent it over here. I think
It's here.
it's tiny.
Okay.
Okay. Straight has to make a con save. Warbounder makes a con save. And they both succeed. Yep. So they both take half damage.
Yay! Half damage is good damage.
No damage is even better.
Yep.
Guys.
Quick question for
Okay.
DM. If you have the what was it? The shield master, something like this, will still affect you, right?
Yeah, because Shield Master only applies to dex saving throws against spells and effects that target only you.
Ah, right.
AoE. Okay, so you finally get to You get to see why these snails are considered at least vaguely dangerous, as the snail kind of moves. Yeah, that was right. Snail moves, and because of how close it is, its multiple eye stalks kind of flit up out of its body, and how many is that? Okay, how many is that? Okay. It has 5 flails. It makes 5 flail attacks.
Shit.
Wait, which one's making an attack?
This one.
This one is attacking the monster.
Okay,
Okay,
I thought
let's
you
see.
meant the other
That's
one.
a miss. That's a hit. That's a miss. That's a hit. That's a miss. Incredible.
I'm then fired and I miss and I fired and I miss.
Shit, beat me
back.
to it.
Okay.
Is he dead?
No, still alive. It did get smacked with a couple flails, though.
Is he dead?
That's just so good.
All
I
right,
don't know
round
why.
3, Lou, it's your turn. Actually, though, let's call it here because it is almost midnight for me, and combat is still going on.
It is
Aw.
midnight for me. Let's go.
Oh, it's 1 o'clock for me.
Yay!
Uh-huh.
It's
Go to bed.
9 a.m. here. I can do this all day.
I stay up all night for this shit.
Bed.
Yeah.
Night, everybody. Thank you for playing. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week so we can finish the fight.
Actually, do you
Alright.
guys want to take the next week off because of Thanksgiving, or are you okay with it?
This week is Thanksgiving for
Yeah,
America.
this week's
Thanksgiving is the
Thanksgiving for us.
25th.
So
A
no
couple days from
problem.
now.
No
Yeah.
problem
I'm
with.
going to my grandma's.
I'm gonna
Yay!
be spending the whole Wednesday cooking and then Thursday chillaxing because Thursday's my birthday. So I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what's up? Extra food
Thursday's
for
Yeah!
Thanksgiving?
Thank
birthday."
you.
Although,
No, it's my
although,
birthday is
just
on. So Thanksgiving is on the last Thursday of the month. My birthday is on a specific date, not the day. So it's any day in the week on the week of Thanksgiving. So this year it fell on Thanksgiving.
I did
Ah.
too.
Yeah, that's the fun part because Thanksgiving isn't a date, which is weird. It's a day. It's the last Thursday of the month. My birthday is the date, the 25th. So some years it's on Wednesday, some years it's on Sunday. This year it's on Thursday.
so,
Nice.
anyways, just like a heads up, I don't exactly know when, but my exams are coming up, like soon-ish, and so is like the exam study week, so I might need to take like a week or two off.
Yeah,
That's totally fine.
my
Whenever
uni
I
exam
post my
should be coming
schedule, if
too.
a day doesn't work for you, say so, you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. All right, thanks.
That's why I
yeah.
post the schedule and have like every single day that would work,
I
like
All right,
in
mean,
yeah,
the office.
I'll just have to check.
our game is mostly hinged on Umnia's schedule. That's kind of how we've been operating since day one. So it works out in its
Alright.
own way.
Yeah.
It
By the
works.
way,
All right. Thank you,
is
everybody.
Nemo
Have a good
still
night, and I hope
recording?
you enjoyed.
Good
And I'll
night,
see you next time.
Tarabar. Sleep well.
Good night.
Yay. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Night.
Happy eventual birthday. Ah, he left already. Goodbye,
Uh,
everybody.
Amos,
Goodbye.
are you still recording, by the way?
I'm just about to stop it.
Oh
Why?
no,
Do
I
you
just
want to
wondering, like, did
say
you want?
something?
No, I was wondering, like, did you want to do like player chat or something? But I don't know if we still did that. Sorry.
I mean, I'm up for it, but you guys definitely need your sleep, especially
Generally,
you.
you want
Oh come
Tarabar
on,
at least
come
to
on, who needs
witness
sleep? You know,
stuff like that in case
who
it's
needs sleep
important.
anymore? This is D&D.
Didn't you just say that you're like half like asleep all these sessions, so you can't remember anything?
Yeah.
Also, didn't you just say next week or your exams are close? I mean, I sleep very
Yes,
soon.
but I'm also crazy.
I guess.
It's okay.
I mean, I
When
am
I was in when I was in high school and I had to do the it was a pre-SATs. I don't know if that's like the statewide thing, but it's like one of the exams. You know,
I
like
think
how that you're
PSAT
supposed
is
to
like a
fill.
I think PSAT is like a recommended thing for all schools.
Yeah. Um, like the Scantron. When I was doing the
Yep.
test, I wasn't filling out the Scantron like while I was doing the test, and so I finished the test and I didn't fill out the Scantron at all, and
Oh,
we
you
ran out of
gotta wait.
time,
Really?
and I turned it in with it completely blank, and they thought they lost it.
Oh my gosh! Wait, hang on. Like you didn't even write your name on it?
No, I wrote my name on the test. I fully did the test. I just didn't fill in any of the bubbles on the Scantron at
So
all.
like you did like the test booklet and like not did the Scantron at all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because I was normally in my strategies, I was used to having extra time at the end of the tests. So I would like go through with my Scantron and just redo the whole test a second time while I fill it out.
Yeah,
But
that's a
didn't work out that
good
time.
strategy. Did
Oh
you
my
have to do
gosh,
it
that's
again?
hilarious.
The test?
I dropped out before they figured out what to do about it. So
I guess everything worked out. I mean,
I feel bad that you're a high school dropout though. Like that.
I don't. So don't feel bad about it.
I
um,
mean,
uh,
like, how did you, I mean, it's hard to get a job when you didn't go to college, though,
It's
isn't
really
it?
easy when there's a pandemic.
yep.
Worked out for me. Before
Uh,
even the pandemic, I just was I was a waitress for a few months. It's fucking sucked. But
yeah.
not really. When I was applying, every job I've applied to out of the two I've applied to, but they've never asked about my high school record or anything like that.
What they care about is that if you have like a criminal record or
Criminal
not.
record, yeah.
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 That,
But by
But
the way,
no, when you
real,
say shit like that, it's kind of you understand how it could come off as offensive, right?
yeah.
ooh,
I was just about to say I am a high school dropout too. So yeah, tread carefully, buddy.
Yeah. When you
I'm
imply
sorry.
that like
I'm still in high school, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend anyone.
I get you.
No, we understand. That's why we are telling you. And
No, there absolutely is like a cultural stigma around it, but
yeah,
it's never given me any issues at all.
Well, I was just saying, like, I feel bad. Like, I was like, I don't. I'd hate to see people suffer. It's just my thing.
I was suffering in high school, so I dropped out, and I'm not.
suffer
I mean,
anymore, right?
Yeah.
school is pain. You know,
Hmm.
like,
I mean,
ev-
the technology
all-
has advanced so much in the last 100 years, but the school
and it
system
makes
is the
it so much more
same
painful.
shit from the 100 years ago. That's the same shit. It hasn't changed at all. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
I
Common
know, but
Core
it makes
literally
it
is
so much
proven
more.
not to be accurate whatsoever and has
Oh
detrimented
shoot.
our schools.
yeah,
The fucking
Wait,
inventors
hang
of
on.
the
So,
Common Core curriculum in America
name was
don't
did
had their kids going to a private school that didn't teach it.
name was did you see Trumber's message?
nope. Let me just check it. Let's see what happens. Before I forget, Lou, make 2 concession for your Ah, come on! Seriously? I told you we should just get rid of this shit.
Hmm? Nope. I'm head out, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Uh, yeah. By the way, like, quick question: should we kill the flail snails still, or should we like try and like have them come with us? Uh,
I don't know. Let's just do it after we are done with these fucking dwarfs. I
yeah.
knew I know that
I was
shit.
just thinking.
That's 14.
I was
14
thinking because
and
technically,
20.
like, our characters are close together, so we could have like a little plan. Like, it's not technically metagaming, but but anyways, I'm gonna head out.
Okay, bye.
I
Yeah, my haste is still active.
So what is not active?
No, my haste is still active.
Wait, wait, haste was for both the Constitution saving throws?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
both were for that. Okay, I will see you next week. Bye.
See ya.